live and local. It's time for Fan Sports Sunday. If the weekend is a big desert for sports talk, think of this show as an oasis.
Yes, here we go.
Come drink from our pool of hot takes as you quench your thirst with. I thought I was going somewhere, but I'm not. So let's just start the show. Here's Elon Musk.
All right, Fan Sports Sunday, folks. Great job by Bids and Scotty Vegas and Cam on that last show on the money. Love listening to those guys. Taking some of their advice, too. Scotty Vegas knows what he's talking about. Scotty does know. I am Tito. Devier Posey, my right. Cam back there running things again for this show as well. Devier, how are you today, my friend?
What's up, Tito? What's up, Columbus? Cam, how you doing back there, man?
I'm good. Thanks for asking, Devier.
I'm doing good, man. Good to see you guys. Super excited for today's show.
Look, this is our last, when we talk next week, we'll have live college football to talk about.
This is the last preseason run right here, Tito. This is the fourth preseason game.
Amazing.
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I hope we make the fall 97.1 team. I hope our show makes the cut.
It'll make the. No, we're back for that. I think that's already. I think that's been decided. No one's told me otherwise. Our show time will vary based on what's happening with Browns games.
Yeah. We're working around the Browns.
Yeah, we might be 11 o'clock or we might be like 6 o'clock. Sometimes, depends how much Tyvis talks. That's easy. So Tyvis does the post game.
Yeah.
And every week that they have that 1 o'clock game, we don't know what time our show is going to start. It kind of depends based on how many breaks they have versus when the game ends. And so I will constantly text Tyvis, say, shut up, we're ready. Because it all depends on when their show ends when we start up.
Yep, Tyvis, got to be short-winded.
Yes.
We
hear you enough.
You to get us on air fast.
We got a big show lined up for you today. We're going to have Jimmy Bell on at 12:15. Jimmy Bell was a defensive tackle for Ohio State back on that 97 Rose Bowl team that knocked off Arizona State. Yep, with Jake Plummer out there.
Yep.
So we're going to talk to him, get his thoughts on this team and where he thinks their strengths and weaknesses are. Mekka Don, like we always do at 12:30, buckle up with him. John Gerber joins us at 1:15. We are 13 days from Ohio State Akron. Like I say, this weekend coming on Saturday. Look, I understand, Devier, that the lineup of games is not great for Saturday, but I don't care. Have you looked at the games we have Saturday?
Yeah, I think we got SMU versus Nevada. We got New Mexico versus
Montana State.
And then we have Florida State versus G-Tech.
And Delaware State, Hawaii starts at 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. Florida State, Georgia Tech is a noon game. Montana State, New Mexico, 4 o'clock. SMU, Nevada, 8 o'clock. And Delaware State, Hawaii at
You want to know a few bets I like?
What do you like? Let's hear it.
I hope Scotty's listening in the car.
I heard him. He already gave the line he likes. I'll tell you his line first because it might be the same as yours.
Wait, no, don't tell me his line first.
Okay, go ahead. Who do you like?
So I like Montana State, New Mexico State on the under 53.5.
Okay.
I like that under. I like SMU, Nevada to go over. I think it's 28, right?
56.5 is the line for the points. 20 SMU is minus 27.5 in the game.
I'm sorry. I like SMU to cover.
Okay.
And then I like Florida State to cover. Is it 11?
11.5.
I like Florida State to cover.
I think that Scotty had a bet where he took Florida State money line, Montana State money line, and SMU, and he teased it down to 14.5 or something. And that was for even money bet then, if all three of those hit. So nice. Bet 100, win 100.
Yeah, I like that. Scotty Vegas the vet.
So the Florida State Georgia Tech game will be fun to watch. I got a little money on a 4-team parlay that Scotty turned me on to also, where it was
you got a 4-team lay.
It's a 4-team futures.
Yeah,
these 4 teams winning their conference championship.
Okay,
and it's chalk. It's Ohio State, Georgia, Florida State, and Utah. And I think it pays out like a $100 bet would pay like $11,000 for that for those 4. Yeah, I didn't take it for that much. But I think it's $10 would be less like $1,100 or whatever. But yeah, I took that right there. That 4 team, they have to win their conference championships. And I'm not sure which one. I think the one I'm most worried about is probably Utah, just because if Cam Rising gets hurt, it could derail them again. And he gets hurt every year. It seems like he's in a 7th year.
So Ohio State lock.
Yeah, Georgia to win the SEC.
You know the one that scares me more than Utah?
What's that?
Is Because Miami's winning.
Miami's pretty good. Yeah, Florida State. Yeah,
Florida State.
I might hedge it and go put $10 on the other 3 plus Miami. I might do that also.
Yeah, hedge your own bets.
Yeah, do that one. Got to do that one. So we got lots to talk with Ohio State football coming up here. We're going to talk about that quite a bit. And some NFL talk. What else is we have? We hear from Ryan Day, Chip Kelly, and also Jim Knowles' sound from this week. We know there's a new starting quarterback for Ohio State that was announced. So, but I want to talk about the fact that Ohio State lost out on an offensive tackle. David Sanders, the number 4 recruit in the 2025 class, who Ohio State was very high on, chose Tennessee yesterday. And it seems to be a theme lately where the Buckeyes are losing out on some of these big-time stars. And they got a great recruiting class in 2025. Don't get me wrong.
Offensive line star.
The offensive line, yeah. 5-star offensive tackle, yes, David Sanders Jr. He committed to Tennessee over Ohio State, Nebraska, and Georgia. And he's 6'6", 250. Wants to stay close to home, I guess. But, man, it's tough seeing these guys come through, and we seem to lose a lot of offensive linemen lately we wanted.
Yeah, I mean, it just goes to show how tough recruiting offensive linemen really is.
Mm-hmm.
But then also, you just have to look at who's at the helm, right? You got to look at Coach Fry, and let's just take a step back and observe performance, non-biased. Tito.
Right.
Offensive line struggles last year. You lose Paris.
Mm-hmm.
You come in. You get some transfers, not necessarily who you would want, not the top of the portal.
Right.
But you bring some guys in, Simmons, they really don't. They say that they struggled last year, but, I mean, if you really look at Kyle McCord's sack to, like give-up ratio, whatever, rushing yards that we had, the offensive line was coached pretty good last year with what he had. And then you look at, okay, could some of those sacks been McCord holding the ball too long?
Right.
Different things like that. Obviously, Trevion Mayan banged up. There was a lot of factors that played into the offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
But the average fan would be like, that coach isn't coaching. I get it. But you and I know there was a lot of things that played into it.
If you have a more mobile quarterback, it makes the offensive line look better because a couple of those sacks aren't sacks.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So the average eye would think Coach Fry's not doing a good job. Then you go into the recruiting, just recruiting.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I would say that Coach Fry has struggled more in recruiting than he has coaching. I think he's been doing a good job, like raising the play of his players. I just think, and that's tough. Like doing it all is tough at Ohio State, especially in NIL, where these guys can go to smaller schools and get more money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you and I know where the bag is going. It's going to the sexy positions.
Right, of course it is,
The quarterbacks, the running backs, the wide receivers, the DBs, D-line, and linebackers. That's where the money's going.
Yep.
And it's tough to recruit in this day and age for offensive line when, like, your budget isn't that high. But I do think he does a good job coaching them.
I do think, look, and he did very well at UCLA under Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
He did a good job there. And so I think that is reason for optimism that he can work well with Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
And so I'm not in the fire fry mode right now.
No.
I just it's and Ohio State can make up for all this stuff. These offensive linemen they might be losing or they are losing. We can Ohio State can make up for that through the transfer portal and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And they've still got the top ranked class in 2025. I mean, it's still a damn good class they've got coming in.
Yeah.
I would like to have had him, but for Ohio State, but they did not get him. And then also Ohio State's captains named linebacker Cody Simon, wide receiver Emeka Ibuka, Travion Henderson, and also Jack Sawyer. Cody Simon also is the newest Block O. All cool things. I'm curious from your standpoint, what does an Ohio State captain like getting that? What is that? What do you think that means for them, or how important is that within the team to get voted to be that?
I think to be the captain, it's one of the positions to where when you're in it, you might not understand what it means, but what it means is that your teammates look at you and your coaches look at you as a leader, a model,
right,
person to follow after, and the way that you go about every single day they want the team to follow after your example. I think you get the benefit of like the captain's breakfast every year.
Sure.
You can come back, if this team is as good as they are, they say they're going to be, you are the leader of this 2024 team. You'll forever go down in history as one of the leaders of this team. It's an absolutely big honor.
And I'm not saying it's to discredit anything or to say somebody shouldn't be captain. I was a little bit surprised Latham Ransom wasn't named captain, just because I've been around. And look, bias, yes, I've been around him a lot. Had him here in Morning Juice. Talked to him out there at the Ohio State practice when Dane and I were out there doing the show. And that guy just seems like a solid leader to me. And he seems like he's taken ownership of that defensive backfield. Mm-hmm. And so, but lots of leaders on this team. Simon getting the block, that's cool too. Archie Griffin had his statue revealed yesterday at the Rose Bowl, right outside the Rose Bowl. Mm-hmm. And Ross Bjork said there'll be a statue of Archie revealed at Ohio State, outside Ohio Stadium, August 30th. That's pretty damn cool. That's
cool. See, I was wondering when that announcement was coming because Archie's statue shouldn't be in California. It should be one here.
It should be, yeah, you're right. Yeah. So that'll be August 30th, the day before the August 31st game when Archie's going to dot the I.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool. So that's a big deal for Archie. Good for him too. And now I wonder though, it's going to start a wave of statues. Like, look, Tressel should have one. You don't think he should?
Here's the thing, man. When you talk about the only, and this is not like a hot take. Like Coach Tressel would probably get on the microphone and be like, "No, I don't need a statue."
Right? Yeah.
You know how Coach Tressel is. But Archie just holds a super high level of Buckeye lore. I mean, he's the only two-time Heisman ever.
Yeah.
Like, how do you justify another argument?
Well, yeah, he absolutely. Look, I've said long ago it should have been done years ago with Archie, and I get pissed off because some teams, NFL teams, and then some college teams put up statues way too soon for people. I'll be honest, statues outside of stadiums are weird to me. They're weird for you? How so? It's just like I was in Gainesville not too long ago, and I went by their stadium, and then I see this Tim Tebow, this Spurrier, right, and then it's just kind of weird. Like for people who are still living, for me, it's just wild. You think it should be dead people only get the statues? Well, it's just like, we love this guy so much, we're putting a statue of him outside the stadium. Right. That's just wild to me. Yeah, I wonder when the next one they'll do. What the next one? I mean, obviously, it's they haven't announced anything on that, but the fact Archie on the 30th, that's pretty cool. Very well deserved, by the way. Coming up next, Ryan Day is named as starting quarterback. We'll hear from the coach next what he and also Chip Kelly had to say. This is Fan Sports Sunday on the Fan.
The sound of Paul Keels calling a Buckeye game is erotic.
Oh, yes.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hey, welcome to IKEA's complete sleep event. Don't miss dreamy offers on sleep essentials.
Oh, I've tried counting sheep, but keep losing track.
We've got you. IKEA family members save 15% off your purchase of $300 or more on select sleep comfort items. Plus, we're throwing a pajama party in-store on August 31st. Wear your favorite PJs for a free breakfast.
Ooh, we have matching PJs.
Don't wait. Go to IKEA-USA.com/bettersleep or visit your local store today. Offer valid August 7th through September 10th. U.S. only. See store and IKEA-USA.com for full details and eligible items. Restrictions apply.
This is the White Castle Call of the Crave, and it's telling you to come in now for 10 cheese sliders for just $7.99. 10 cheese sliders for just $7.99. Boom! White Castle. Follow your crave. Limited time only. Tax not included.
Ohio, ready for some quick mental health facts? Let's go. Nearly 2 million Ohioans live with a mental health condition. In the U.S., more than 50% of people will be diagnosed with a mental illness in their lifetime. Depression is a leading cause of disability worldwide. So why are some of us still stigmatizing people living with a mental health condition when we know all of this? Let's listen to the facts and beat the stigma. Ohio, challenge what you know about mental health at beatthestigma.org.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go.
The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. As a business owner in today's economy, it's your job to anticipate constant market changes. But what do you do in the event of a divorce? Your assets and finances are scrutinized. Years of hard work building a business are on the line. This is not business as usual. You need an experienced partner you can count on for help. We're Cordell & Cordell.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
Delaware County Veterans Services invites you to visit the Wall That Heals from September 12th through the 15th at Havner Park in Liberty Township. Pay homage to those that have served in the Vietnam War. The Wall That Heals is free and open to the public. To learn more, please visit thewallthathealsohio.com.
The Fan app is about to become your new best friend. Your one-stop shop for all your favorite fan shows. ESPN Columbus and BetQL. Live or on demand, listen on your schedule. Download the 97.1 The Fan app today. It's free. Do it.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. You've heard their name on the radio. You've seen them on TV and possibly have heard about them from a family member or friend. One question always arises. What makes Newman Roofing different from the thousands of other roofing companies out there? Well, the answer is simple. It's a company built around family. With 3 generations of family in the roofing industry, the Newman family has built a reputation on honesty, transparency, and consistency. Family members holding key positions from the office sales to production teams, they strive every day to ensure each customer receives excellent experience and a quality product. And I should know they did my roof and their family did a great job. The Newman family drive to take care of their customers radiates throughout their team. Each team member takes pride in the work that they do. As the Newmans say, when your name is on it, it just means more. If you're in need of a roof repair or replacement, call the company that is built around family. Newman Roofing, 614-NEW-ROOF or newmanroofing.com.
Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers, the people who refuse to make trade-offs in life. Like Kelly, when her old car insurance got so expensive that she couldn't afford to drive anymore, do you think she started carrying her groceries for miles? No. But she did find Direct Auto's savings that allowed her to drive instead of compromise. With savings of up to 25%, you too can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a quote today at directauto.com. Savings based on applied discounts and will vary. Terms apply. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
You know that thing you've always been too scared to go for? It seems like you'll never have the guts. Then a cancer diagnosis. And doing that thing becomes way less scary. I would know. I've always wanted a black belt. And today, the only thing standing in my way is a few wooden boards. It's been a lot of hard work and 5 years since I beat cancer at Ohio Health. Bring it on. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keep making plans to learn more.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Skies are pretty cloudy this morning. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s. We'll see highs in the 80s later today, but we're also tracking more chances for showers. Those get started after lunchtime, and the thing to note is everyone has a chance to see these showers, but we won't see them constantly. So expect a couple brief bouts of moderate rain at times through the afternoon and evening with drier skies as we head into the overnight. I'm meteorologist Madison Reich with your weather impact forecast on The Fan.
Garnish your Bloody Mary with sports talk. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
Indeed, you are Fan Sports Sunday. Ryan Day this week. Devier, I'm going to play this long clip. He named Will Howard the starter. This clip's a little over a minute long. Longer than we usually play, but I want to get it out here. Here is Ryan Day talking about naming Will Howard the starter.
Will Howard will start in the first game against Akron. He is our starting quarterback. I think that, Chip has done a great job of rolling the quarterbacks from the first day of spring all the way to now. I think we're 12 or 13 practices in here, so you're talking almost 27, 28 practices. And when you take the aggregate of all the numbers, Will graded out significantly ahead of the other guys in the teamwork. And, Devin right now would be the number 2. Now we still have a big scrimmage on Saturday, so these guys are going to continue to work. Julian, Lincoln, Air, they're all going to compete. We're going to try to get as many reps as we can. We are currently still rolling 3 groups, so there's a lot of reps to go around. But we're excited about Will being the starter. Will has really taken a command of the offense, I believe. You feel him in the huddle. You feel his experience. I think he did a really good job, as we talked about, of changing his body in the offseason. So he's become a threat both with his legs and with his arm. And the more he understands what he's doing out there, and when he does, he's really executing very well. I think the guys are excited, when he gets in the huddle. Not to say that they're not excited when the other quarterbacks are in there, but they do feel Will. And, I know he's excited about leading the team.
So no surprise, I expected Will Howard to be named the starter. I think if he was not named the starter, he'd be massively disappointed, and it would not be a good look for Ohio State just because they went out and got him as a grad transfer who has 1 year left. He said Devin Brown right now is the 2, but that could change based on what happens because Julian Sayin got a lot of play in maybe being the number 2 guy. He got a lot of reps with the ones, I believe, 2 weeks ago we were out there. But I'm not. Are you surprised at all if this is Will Howard?
No. I mean, obviously, a huge NIL deal, most experience. This guy has big-time college football playing experience. He's played in Big 12 games. I mean, he played against a team that played in the national championship and took them all the way to the wire. TCU, Mac Duggan back in, I think it was 2022. When you look at the ability that Will Howard has, like his ceiling, 6'5", he cut weight. You're talking about one of the most talented teams in America, one of the most talented teams in Ohio State history, Tito, and you're telling me that this man is the fastest guy on the team? That's insane.
I can't look,
Tito, but it's true.
I can't believe that. I know what they said. I don't believe it.
We get it's hard, but so here's the thing. I would go as far as to say 6'6". He's fast.
Like 233, 235.
He'll be around the best talent he's ever been around.
No doubt.
He's already had major, college football experience. He came to Ohio State to improve his draft stock. You can honestly say Chip Kelly and Ryan Day have already gotten him better as a player.
Oh, sure. Absolutely, yes.
He's already improved.
Yep.
And so if he was falling in the 4th to 6th round, if this team cashes out like they're supposed to on paper, Will Howard is the leader.
Yeah.
Is it too far to say with 6 quarterbacks taken in the first round that Will Howard can't sneak in the first 2 rounds next year?
Oh, I think he will. Yeah, if they do what they're supposed to do this year, yes, I think he'll be picked in the first 2 rounds. I absolutely do. Yeah.
So this is a big deal. This is a checklist. Box checked for Will. Box checked for him in the next level. Obviously, scouts are going to really observe the way that this year goes for him, the way he's spinning it, the way he's, running it. But all opportunities for him are trending upward to be a potential 1st or 2nd round pick next year.
And it feels to me like Devin Brown just got stuck in a weird situation. Because I think Devin Brown could start for a lot of teams, obviously. I think he's that, like a lot of teams in the Big Ten Michigan would love to have Devin Brown right now. A lot of teams would love to have Devin Brown across the country. He's just not, should he have started with McCord last year? I know Brown was hurt early on, had the injury from spring, and so it kind of delayed things a little bit. Didn't look great against Missouri before he got hurt, but most of that was because the offensive line was so damn bad. But I fully expect at least 2 of these quarterbacks that are on the roster right now. Howard's got the 1 year left. This is it for Howard. Then you've got Devin Brown and Lincoln Keenholz. You've got Julian Sayin, Aaron Nolan. I think Devin Brown transfers after this year. I think that Keenholz transfers after this year. It wouldn't surprise me if Aaron Nolan did as well. I think they're going to have an exodus there because you've got Tavion St. Clair coming in. I think Julian Sayin's a starter next year.
I can't say that. I can't say that. I love Julian Sayin. I think he's awesome. But when you talk about Ohio kid, 6'4", he looks like a statue.
Yeah.
Tavion St. Clair, number 1 player in America. Tito, America.
Yeah.
You're talking about a guy who I think we're at the start of his legacy. Like this year, having Will Howard, any other quarterback, all the guys you name, is just a bridge. These guys are just bridges from CJ to Sinclair. I think Sinclair is the next great Ohio State quarterback, and I love saying I think he'll play.
Right.
But you're going to tell me that we're going to get this guy an opportunity to hit the portal and leave and be unhappy? No. We're not missing out on Ohio kids. These are Ohio kids. This is a situation, Tito, that has to be handled very delicately.
It does, and it takes a certain special kind of coach to be able to massage that and keep everyone happy. Here's Chip Kelly talking about Will Howard, how he earned the starting quarterback job.
I think Will's earned it, and we grade everything. Obviously he graded out the highest at the position. There's a lot of data-driven information with that in terms of decisions that he makes on the field, running offense. And it's just as critical to be that guy in the run game as it is in the pass game in terms of what we ask the quarterback to do here. So I think he's really worked extremely hard in the offseason, from the end of spring ball on April 13th to now. He's made great strides, but, we gave him a plan over the summer to work on, and he took it and ran with it. So, where he is now is pretty impressive. And the one thing that he has is he has experience. He's been in a huddle. He's been in a huddle in a lot of games. He's been in a huddle in big games. So, this isn't new to him. Columbus is new to him, but playing college football isn't new to him. So I think that experience, really started to shine through here during camp, and, excited to see where he goes with us.
I'm glad they made the decision now and didn't go into this like the Cardale Jones, JT Barrier was like, well, they're both going to play a lot and we're going to see, we'll decide later on. I'm glad that they made a definitive choice right now on who the starting quarterback is. I think that's best for the team to get that out of the way early, to know who the guy is going in.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it, you go all the way back to JT, Cardell, Braxton.
Yeah.
You go back to Dwayne, Joe Burrow.
Right.
You go back to
Stanley Jackson.
Well, yeah. Stanley
I think back to the Jackson with Joe Germain, yeah.
Yeah, Tito, you just showed your age.
Dude, I show my age every time. You kidding me? Look at me, dude. That's all I do is show my age.
Well, I was saying like recent.
Arch Sleester, Rod Gerald, we go back all the way on that kind of stuff.
I'm saying recent memory. But when you have a starter, Tito, it's just let's go play. Let's get comfortable. Let's work through the woes. Obviously, you're the guy. And even last year, I think if there wasn't a quarterback controversy, I think that Indiana game is a little bit different.
Sure. Yeah, I think so too.
Different.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think Ryan Day is calling a different game.
Mm-hmm.
So just to get that stuff out of the way, and I don't know, you wonder if that was maybe some of the influence of Chip. Like, hey, let's just do it and roll with it. Let's just give me a guy, and that is a benefit of having a guy like Chip Kelly on staff already. I don't know who it came from. I don't know if it was up Day or Chip.
Right.
But for them to have the mutual decision to say, hey, let's get this done and out of the way, and let's have 2 weeks to prep, for the season. Right. I love it. I love that we're not dealing with a quarterback controversy, Tito.
Me too. Coming up next, we'll hear more from Ryan Day, and also Jim Knowles spoke to me as well. We'll get that next. This is Fan Sports Sunday on the Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone are idiots. You should listen to them anyway.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
The Fan, Ohio's idiot destination.
We go to war for you. Child sex abuse is a crime that must not go unpunished. At Sugar Schnarr Trial Attorneys, we know the law and we'll fight for your rights. I'm Robert Sugar, and we're here to help you fight for justice. Call us at 877-WARFORYOU.com or visit warforyou.com for a free consultation. That's 877-WAR-FOR-YOU. 877-WAR-FOR-YOU or visit warforyou.com.
War for you, warforyou.com.
Ah, the sounds of summer. The crack of a bat, the splash of a pool, and the dreaded silence of a broken AC. No, don't sweat it. Call the Waterworks Heating and Cooling Team for an AC tune-up. Schedule a visit today and stay cool all summer long.
All set.
Call the Waterworks Heating and Cooling Team, 614-333-9720, or schedule service on our website. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better AC.
Hi, I'm Joanna Williams, General Manager at Tansky Sawmill Toyota, and this month 0% financing is back by popular demand on the 2024 Toyota Tundra for 48 months. But hurry in before they're gone. Visit TanskySawmillToyota.com for details. And when you think Toyota, think Tansky with approved credit, tax title, and $250 doc fee not included. Offer ends August 30th.
Think Toyota. Think Tansky.
August may seem like the end of summer. It also means the beginning of a lot of things, like back to school, festivals, football. At Buckeye Lake Marina, it means the August savings days are upon us. Get huge discounts on all of the new and used boats that they didn't sell. Every pontoon, tri-toon, sport boats, even fishing boats are ready for you. Save thousands on demo models that have been used all summer to show off amazing features. Some have never even been in the water. Take advantage of the August savings days at Buckeye Lake Marina. Their summer hours continue through the entire month of August. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com for details.
Bobby Carpenter once sold workout equipment on QVC Canada. There's no joke here. That actually happened. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekdays starting at 6.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low prices, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. More savings and more inspiring flavors make Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Right now, USDA Choice Boneless Beef Chuck Roast is on sale for only $4.99 a pound with your card and digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
This season on Nada Yada Island.
You were charging your phone? I waited hours for you.
That's how long it takes.
Join Metro and get a free Motorola Edge that'll charge for the day in 15 minutes. At Metro, there's no activation fees. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Bring your number ID and sign up for Metro Flex Plus plan. Offer not available if at T-Mobile or have been with Metro in the past 180 days. Requires 68-watt charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary.
Meet Abdullah Mahmood, problem gambling counselor at Maryhaven.
More and more people are falling into problem gambling. It can happen so quickly that you don't realize it until you face a crisis. Gambling issues often connect to depression, anxiety, or other addictions. Maryhaven's experts offer comprehensive care. You and your loved ones can count on mental, emotional, and financial guidance.
Confidential and judgment-free. Go to Maryhaven.com today.
It's Child's Play to donate your car, truck, RV, or boat to Ronald McDonald House Charities of Central Ohio. They'll pick it up free of charge, steer you through the paperwork, and a hefty tax deduction rolls your way as you help provide a home away from home for families of seriously ill hospitalized children. For more information about donating your vehicle to Ronald McDonald House Charities, visit rmhc-centralohio.org or call 614-CARS-HELP. That's 614-CARS-HELP.
At United Dairy Farmers, peach is our most popular ice cream. Although it's only here for a short time, we sell more of it than any other flavor. And once you taste it, you'll know why it wins the popularity contest. We make it from scratch by mixing in the juice from our hand-selected peaches and big chunks of fruit. That's what gives it that unique peachier flavor. And that might also explain why peach season at UDF doesn't last long. UDF Peach Ice Cream, made for you.
Live, local, and still slightly drunk.
I'm not drunk, all right? I just have a speech impediment.
This is Fan Sports Sunday.
Here we go. Fan Sports Sunday. Tito and Devier with you. Cam back there running things. Jim Knowles also spoke to the media earlier this week. And Chip Kelly said that the defense was really knocking around the offense in practices. Jim Knowles was asked about that, and here's what Knowles had to say.
No, that's kind, but, it's a battle every day. I mean, you got offense, great receivers, a good running game. It's just a battle every day. It's back and forth, and iron sharpens iron, and everybody's challenging each other and trying to get better.
So this is early in the week, and when I saw Knowles' press conference, he sounded a little bit downcast, I guess I would say. Didn't have the same enthusiasm I usually hear from Knowles, although he only has a certain level of enthusiasm with his voice the way it is and how he is. But I thought that was interesting. Chip Kelly. I would love to go to, and I watched some of the practice. We were out there for the Fan. I got to watch some there, but I would like to be. It was kind of a weird angle where we were sitting. I would love to watch a full practice though, and see the ones go against the ones, see what happens. But that's the iron sharpens iron. Devier. It's like. That's the best defense Ohio State's offense is going to face this year, and that might be the best offense the defense is going to face this year.
Yeah, and just more importantly, the chess match.
Yeah,
that's happening between Knowles and Chip Kelly. I mean, if UCLA has a decent season 2 years ago, and Jim Knowles is Ohio State's defensive coordinator, like they would have spent time preparing for a Rose Bowl matchup.
Sure.
Of ideologies on the field. So for them to go against each other, I think it's not taken for granted. Like they're sharpening their skills, right? Their chess match skills. Let's see, if I put this piece here, let's see what Chip will do. All right, Chip can play with all these different personnels. And I think for Jim Knowles, what I'm hearing in his voice is like, yeah, our defense is playing well, but he's probably looking like schematically, Chip had us beat here.
Right.
But like we have great players and they're gelling as offense. Imagine these guys week 7 in this front, you know.
Sure.
It's just that part of the game is so fun for coordinators. I know Chip is enjoying it, just not having to deal with everything. And I know, you know, Jim Knowles loves that part anyway, just because he's an absolute guru when it comes to defense. So that's pretty awesome that the players are sharpening. Yeah, obviously the players are getting better, but the coaches are sharpening themselves against each other. That's cool.
How competitive does that get? Because you in the end, you're teammates. You're trying to make each other better.
Yeah.
But
from the player's perspective or coach's perspective?
From both. As a player, though, for you, when you're out there and you're going against the guys you're going against, your brothers on the team, you know what I mean? That's what you guys are. And you don't necessarily want to embarrass them somehow, but you certainly want to win the battles every time.
No, I want to embarrass you every day. Like, I want you to know that I'm your big brother.
Right.
You're my son. And I'm going to absolutely dominate you. I mean, that's how I took every day. I mean, you know, like, because that's a mindset that you got to have on the field, and those guys are taking that mindset.
Sure.
Like, and when you go up against that same mindset every single day, the slightest thing gives you the victory. The slightest thing gives you the edge. And yeah, Tito, I mean, you're not going to hurt anybody. You know, you're going to stay up. But by all means, like, I came to embarrass you today, bro. And I'm going to go in the locker room. And I'm going to say, hey, man, play 7, 7 on 7. You better ask coach to skip it.
Right. Here is Jim Knowles talking about what he likes and what he feels good about right now at the defense.
Yeah, you're right. And I never feel good, right? There's constant, it's just constant adjustments and to formations and learning and getting the checks right. We're putting more stress on them, you know, to be able to have some different calls that we can make versus variety of formations. So, you know, I feel good about our players now in just terms of, you know, we're trying to create more pressure and create some different scheme-wise coverage adjustments. And I think that's just a constant learning experience.
August 31st can't get here fast enough for me.
Oh, man.
That's
so tormenting that he has to go through that.
You can tell that's coordinator speak, coach speak anyways. Like, you're never really happy.
You're just never.
No.
It's just, he said, it's just constant adjustments, constant formations.
Right.
And I think that's where Chip is really having them off balance this year, where it's like, yeah, Day has that ability, but I think that's why he brought in Chip, because it's like full reign, go off. Like, let's get in empty with 2 running backs, and 3 tight ends, and 2 tight ends and 1 receiver. Let's give them that look. Let's see how they react to this. Let's see how they react to all small, fast lineup with smaller receivers. Let's put all the big guys in. Let's put a Mekka in the backfield. Do all
that. Yeah,
it's just so crazy. Just the stuff you can do. Sounds so much fun.
Here is Knowles talking about what makes Chip Kelly's offense tough to defend.
All kinds of things. You know, I think very talented in the run game and the calls and keeping you off balance. And, you know, the more our quarterbacks are learning what he does, you can see how they make adjustments. Because every defense has holes, you know, and he's really good at finding it and challenging you to try to cover everything when we all know that's not possible. So, you know, it's just him kind of being able to find where your weaknesses are, and then as the quarterbacks learn things, it's showing up in practice.
The holes that used to be in Jim Knowles' defense he admitted it when he first got on campus, first press conference, talking about his defensive philosophy, was that the way he runs his defense opens them up to giving up big plays. And we saw it early on in his first season when Toledo had a couple of huge plays. Notre Dame had a big play during his first season. But I can't figure out what the holes are in this defense. With how much talent they've got all around.
Well, personnel-wise, it doesn't have anything to do with schematic-wise.
Right. So they've got so much talent and depth all around that defense.
Yeah, but I think the fact that there are still holes. I'm thinking of one. I'm thinking of like vertically making our safeties play 2 vertical routes.
Right.
So
yeah,
and I'm gonna just give you plays. Number 6 from Michigan, Georgia, big play, Toledo, Notre Dame,
right.
Renzo's big plays. Like those are holes.
Right.
Those are gashes. Now the thing about it is do you got a quarterback and a wide receiver that can hit those gashes every single drive? No.
Yeah.
Will we adjust? Absolutely. But it's about the timing of the gash too, like the timing of the strike. And I'm pretty sure Chip is he's exploiting that, pushing vertical, making a safety play too, and now you got a quarterback that can hit. It's pretty.
I am constantly amazed at the knowledge level of coordinators, coaches, and players.
Yeah.
For a long time, people thought football players are dumb jocks.
Yep.
But if you look at what you guys have to memorize,
mm-hmm.
and then the coordinators they have to think about during the game and change things on the fly.
Yeah.
And good Lord, it's an insane. It's not the same part of the brain that, math, science, music, whatever. It's a different part of the brain that a football player has where they can, where a coach or coordinator or player can change things and know right away these complicated calls. You saw it in Gruden's quarterback camp all the time, with the way he would call out plays and all of that.
Yeah.
And to be able to know those things
mm-hmm.
and instinctively know where to make changes based on where, if this guy's left foot is here, I'm changing the play to this. You know what I mean? If this guy's turned this way, 45 degrees, I'm doing this instead.
Yeah. It's just, it's like when you really think about it, like football got a lot more simple and easier to digest when you think about who's in the game, personnel.
Right.
Think about motions, who's moving before the snap. Then for quarterbacks and offensive linemen, running back protections. Then you think about word association with an action.
Okay.
So you go, personnel, formations, how we're lining up, who's moving before the snap, motions, protections.
Right.
Then you go word association with an action. So whether it's run or pass, you could say celebration.
Right.
It could mean 4 verticals. You could say, boot left, boot right. And it means something, right? Like that's traditional West Coast thinking.
Right.
It's word association with an action rather than number association with an action, which is the number system. And then from a coordinator's perspective, you play with those things. You can do a personnel with emotion, give window dressing, get man zone indicators from the defense, just from motion. You can get different reads or different looks from the defense from formation, exploit different strengths, and you can exploit your different weaknesses with your strengths for the way that they adjust to the motion and the formation and who they bring. It's a pretty cool game.
It's amazing to know all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun.
I just pick run middle in Madden. I just do a nickel blitz, whatever. Coming up next, a thief may have gotten busted and a sign stealer gets a new gig. We'll do that next. Fan Sports Sunday on the Fan.
Tweet from a listener. Are you carrying the Buckeye game today? Considering we've never not carried one, yes. The answer is yes. The Fan.
I lost my brother.
I lost my sister.
I lost my best friend.
Each year, Ohio loses some of its best and brightest to train car accidents.
Everyone knows that crossing is bad.
Stop signs and crossbucks just aren't enough. How can you help? Report bad crossings at angelsontrack.org. That's angelsontrack.org. Because bad crossings kill good drivers. Sponsored by Angels on Track, aired by OAB and this station.
You know that project you've been working on? Just chipping away at it, dreaming of the day you get to show it off? Then, when you're least expecting it, cancer. And finishing that project actually happens. I would know. I've been restoring this car for years, and today I'm giving it to my granddaughter. It's her 16th birthday and 2 years since my cancer diagnosis.
Mom, you finished it?
Happy birthday, boo-boo. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans to learn more.
We go to war for you.
At Sugar Schnarr Trial Attorneys, we don't back down. Accident? Call us today at 877-WAR4U or visit war4u.com for free consultation. Know your rights because results matter. That's 877-WAR4U. 877-WAR4U or visit war4u.com.
War for you. War4u.com.
Hey, welcome to IKEA's complete sleep event. Don't miss dreamy offers on sleep essentials.
I've tried carrying sheep, but keep losing track.
We've got you. IKEA family members save 15% off your purchase of $300 or more on select sleep comfort items. Plus, we're throwing a pajama party in-store on August 31st. Wear your favorite PJs for a free breakfast.
Ooh, we have matching PJs.
Don't wait. Go to IKEA-USA.com/bettersleep or visit your local store today. Offer valid August 7th through September 10th. U.S. only. See store and IKEA-USA.com for full details and eligible items. Restrictions apply.
This week at Meijer, buy 5 or more and save $5 or more on hundreds of items across the store. Shop items like Pepperidge Farm buns, Johnsonville smoked brats, Breyer's ice cream, and select Coca-Cola or Pepsi products, plus deposit where applicable. Plus, shop hot deals on California red seedless grapes for $1.29 per pound, certified Angus beef T-bone steak for $9.99 per pound, and Meijer chips 3 for $5. Shop great prices and limited deals this week at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in store or in the Meijer app.
You have an unhealthy obsession with the Blue Jackets? We have just the remedy. Join us Wednesday nights at 7 for the Inside Edge. All the Jackets and hockey conversation you can handle. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Get Eco.
ECO. Hey, Aaron. Hey, Jerry. Pretty hot this summer, huh? This kind of heat makes me want to invent something that cools everything off. Well, they did invent the air conditioner.
Get Eco.
ECO. Get Eco today, and we'll fix your AC today. Your house will be cool like snow. Cool like an ice rink. Fixed in a blink. Faster than you can think. Our plumbers can even fix your sink. Well, plumbing won't help much with the heat. But yeah, we can fix your sink and anything else that has pipes attached to it.
Get Eco.
ECO. When your house is cool, your people are cool. Our HVAC technicians can be at your house today and quickly repair your air conditioner today. Fix the sink and cool off with a drink. Ooh, I need to invent a new drink. I'll bring the ice.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Get Eco.
ECO. Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
A lot can happen between falling in love with a house online and owning it. Between imagining living there and breathing in your new home for the first time. Having an advocate who can help you navigate the complex world of financing, inspections, negotiating, analyzing the market, and talking through any anxieties that may pop up, that can make all the difference. That's what the expertise of a Realtor can do for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors and bound by a code of ethics, because that's who we are.
Meet Cheryl.
Hey.
She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Want to know anything about the Fan's contests, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
During weekend programming, pants are optional.
Look at my butt!
However, leather chairs may have been a bad choice. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
Fan Sports Sunday, Tito Devier with you, Cam, back there running things. Final segment of this hour. Don't forget, next hour, we'll have Jimmy Bell joining us from the 1997 Ohio State Rose Bowl winning team, defensive lineman there, also with the Giants and Chargers in the NFL. We'll buckle up with our man Mekka Don. We'll do that at 12:32. Later on today at 1:15, John Gerber, our golf betting expert. But I I don't know if you saw this. It's a very weird story about the Brewers owner, Mark Attanasio. And he has been accused of stealing sand from a beach in Malibu and carrying to his home for personal use on a construction project. This is in the LA Times. His next door neighbor outed him on this, said he's been having excavators, that the owner of the Brewers having excavators go in there and take sand and take it back to his house to where he's trying to repair a damaged section of seawall there by his house. And they started dragging sand from there, which is amazing to me that you would do that. But yeah, he's apparently it's restricting public access to the beach and also exposing local marine life to potentially hazardous byproducts of heavy machinery. So he's going to this beach and stealing the sand and bringing it back to his house. His attorney says it's 100% compliance with what he's doing. He's got all the permits. He bought this house at Malibu Broad Beach for $23 million in 2007. Stealing sand, Devier.
Isn't it free?
I don't think you go to the beach. You can't steal sand from the beach, I wouldn't think.
Well, I mean, who owns this sand? Who am I stealing from?
Well, I imagine you're stealing from the city, right? I mean, like
the city doesn't own the beach.
Who owns the beach then? It's public for public use, but so you're telling me that you think that you should be able to, if you wanted to, go to Key West and take as much sand from that beach as you want and take it back to your house.
I mean, I'm not saying. Well, I don't know when I will ever need sand.
Right.
But if I wanted, I mean, yeah, I get it. Somebody wants to tax the sand and somebody wants you to pay for it.
Right.
I understand that. Yeah, like you got to pay for sand. But are they mad that he's not paying for sand, or are they mad that this guy has the tools to go and get his own sand?
Well, they're saying the heavy machinery is, and where they're putting it and the way they're doing it is releasing things into the water that's going to affect sea life or ocean life.
Okay, so that's what they're mad about.
They're mad about that. Says that excavators in June and July, allegedly began dragging sand from the beach to his private property, leaving gasoline residue in the water and sand in the process. And the lawsuit accuses him of public and private nuisance as well as violation of the California Coastal Act. But yeah, so I just never heard someone stealing. I mean, yeah, I brought sand home from the beach before, and whatever, like a bag or something or a bucket if the kids want to sand from the beach, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine going there and taking the sand and taking it back to my house as like a huge project.
Yeah, Tito. I mean, you should be locked up for taking that stand. If you can't steal it in bulk, you can't steal it in smaller sizes.
You're right. That probably should be busted. I probably should have been taxed for that one. They should have checked me on the way out of the beach.
Absolutely.
I'm glad we're not talking much about hardball today, but we're going to bring this up because Connor Stallions, August 24th, 27th, I think, is when the documentary comes out on the sign stealing thing with Connor Stallions on Netflix. But he is now the defensive coordinator at Mumford High School in Detroit. He is a volunteer and not being paid. Stallions has a new job. The head coach, William McMichael of Mumford High School, said the kids love him. He comes to work every day enthusiastic. They call him 5-star Stallions. And McMichael said he was not hesitant at all to hire him. NCAA has nothing to do with high school or Mumford. And Stallions loves football, didn't want to be away from it. It seems like a perfect fit because the defense I wanted to run mirrors the Michigan defense. He knows it like the back of his hand.
Yeah, he knows a lot of stuff like the back of his hand.
He's got tape on everybody. Are you surprised that a high school or any team would hire Connor Stallions based on his history?
No, I mean, I think now if we see Detroit Mumford High School in the state finals in a year.
Right, yeah.
Okay. All right, Connor.
Yeah.
Like he might need to be studied. Like he might have a photographic memory or something. Like it could be something that's just an anomaly of the ability that he has. But if Detroit Mumford has immediate success after hiring
all of a sudden, yes, right.
Tito, he did it.
Look,
he did it. I don't care if the glove doesn't fit. He did it.
He did do it. You're right. That sounds right. Yeah, we're looking at an OJ situation as far as if we know he's guilty. But we'll see what happens with the NCAA when that all comes out. There's been reports that there might be a bowl ban placed on them. I don't know. The vacating wins thing, I don't know if they'll go through that or not, but or what kind of impact that'll have. But I think Sherrone Moore's in a little bit of trouble too. There, I think he's in trouble. Yeah, I think that could come back to bite him. And
So have you thought about my theory since the last time we talked? Like, did it kind of seep in there a little bit? Like,
I can't believe Harbaugh didn't know what was going on. And when you see a Stallion standing right next to him, and all of a sudden all the players start doing, like, they're raising their hands up in the air because they know the play. They hear Stallion say, hey, they're running or whatever.
So do you believe Harbaugh sat in every offensive coordinator, offensive team meeting and defensive team meeting? He was in two places at the same time?
No, I don't think he did, but I think he knew what was going on. I think he had to have known what was going on. Mm-hmm. And I think that I think he did what Pete Carroll did. He got out before they got to him. Yeah. He took the best job he could get with the money for that and everything, and he'll never come back to college again. But I think he was smart enough and aware of enough that, this is not going to end well here. I've got to get out of here and move on. That's why a lot of the coaches left too. I think a lot of people are not. That's why they left also to go pursue NFL jobs or jobs elsewhere, because they knew that it was that the end was near there for that. All right, coming up next, we'll get you caught up on what's happening this weekend so far and what will happen. We'll do that next. This is Fan Sports Sunday on the Fan.
If your idea of the perfect radio show is all Buckeyes all the time, then it's your lucky day, Slappy, the Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan.
The buying experience at Rosati Windows is very, very important to me. We try to make it an enjoyable process. I learned business from my grandfather, and my grandfather was all about customer service. That's all I know. We're not there to high pressure you. We're not going to give you a special deal if you buy tonight. We sell a quality product at a fair price. I want you to be happy when we're done.
Call Rosati Windows today at 777-4806.
We're dealing at Reichert Nissan. Hundreds of Nissans in stock, on the ground, and priced to sell fast. Low lease payments on brand new Reichert Nissan Sentras, only $219 a month. Now we're really dealing. With our lowest prices and 72-hour exchange policy, you can't buy the wrong car. Visit the Reichert Mega Mall off 270 and 33, or shop thousands of new and certified used at ReichertNissan.com. Get the right car at Reichert. We're dealing.
With approved credit, 2024 Sentra SB FWD 36-month lease with $3,000 due at signing. Offer ends 9/3/24.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career and they talked to me about it.
He was done in just months.
I did do it online.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at My Computer Career.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Direct auto insurance is for uncompromisers. Like Matt. When his old car insurance got so expensive, do you think he walked until his sneakers wore out? No, because he found savings with Direct Auto so he could drive instead of compromise. With savings of up to 25% on state minimum coverage, you too can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com or a store near you. Savings vary, terms apply. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Meet Abdul and Mahmood, problem gambling counselor at Maryhaven. More and more people are falling into problem gambling. It can happen so quickly that you don't realize it until you face a crisis. Gambling issues often connect to depression, anxiety, or other addictions. Maryhaven's experts offer comprehensive care. You and your loved ones can count on mental, emotional, and financial guidance. Confidential and judgment-free. Go to Maryhaven.com today.
And what is it called?
A ceiling fan.
And where is it?
It's on the floor.
And why is that a problem?
Well, see, the person who named it probably should have called it a floor. No, that's not right. The guy on TV I saw put up a ceiling fan.
Are you a TV star, Paul?
No, I'm not.
Are you an electrician, Paul?
I am not.
You are?
I am a middle management accountant, and I shouldn't be putting up ceiling fans.
You should.
Call the pros who knows.
Apex Pros.
The pros who know electrical work, too. Hi, it's Alex from Apex Pros. And if you'd like us for plumbing, cooling, and heating, you're going to love our pro electricians.
Apex Pros are on the way.
Much easier, isn't it?
I'm glad we sorted this out.
Me too.
Columbus loves the pros who knows. Schedule with one click at apexpros.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. Sports talk, weekend style. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
Fan Sports Sunday. Tito, Devier, and Cam with you. Thanks so much for tuning in. College football comes up this week on Saturday. We have 4 games lined up. We're 13 days from Ohio State Akron. Ohio State named their captains in football: linebacker Cody Simon, wide receiver Mekka Don, running back Travion Henderson, defensive Jack Sawyer. Simon also the newest Block O. Archie statue outside of Rose Bowl was revealed. Griffin will get a statue outside Ohio Stadium August 30th. Reds lost the Royals 13-1. They play at 1:40 today. Guardians fall 2-1 to the Brewers, 2:10 today. Milwaukee. By the way, the Reds, Hunter Green, their stud pitcher, was placed on the injured list with some elbow soreness. Not sure what's going to happen there, but the Reds have been outscored, I think, 20-2 in their last 2 games against the Royals. And after giving us all kinds of hope that they might be making a move, they lost 2 in a row to the Royals. The Crew were 1-1 with New York in the Leagues Cup quarterfinals. Crew won on penalty kicks 4-3. They'll host Philadelphia at 7:30 Wednesday out at lower.com. We also had some football yesterday. And with the NFL preseason, the Bears beat the Bengals, Devier, 27-3. Caleb Williams ran for a score, completed 6 of 13 for 75 yards. Bengals host Indy on Thursday. Caleb Williams looked decent. I mean, the passing numbers weren't great, but he looked pretty good for being a rookie.
Yeah, he's starting to settle in, and you're starting to see that, that unique play style. It's just, Tito, did you get a chance to see the Patrick Mahomes behind the back play?
I did, yes.
Yeah, and so there's this thing that's happening with the quarterback position to where it's not as stiff. It's almost like when basketball went from John Stockton to like Jason Williams, Tim Hardaway.
Okay.
Like the point guard position changed.
Sure it did, yeah.
Like the quarterback position is changing. Like it's untraditional. Like these guys aren't doing drop back, step. Like they're throwing sidearm balls. They're opening their hips up. They're throwing across their body. We're seeing behind the back passes now.
Right.
And just that style of play, Caleb Williams fits into the new style of quarterback play that obviously is spearheaded by Patrick Mahomes. But you can start to see him get comfortable, and his play style will do well in the NFL.
Browns lost the Vikings 27-12. Most of the stars and backups did not play, but the Browns, their offensive line continued to struggle. They had a couple more linemen went down. They are in like a seriously bad situation on the offensive line. Yeah. And I know that, we didn't see Watson. I don't think Winston played either, but they lost a couple more linemen. That offensive line is taking a beating right now. And if they can't figure that out, it's going to be a really rough start of the season for the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, they got to get it figured out. And, you got to protect Deshaun Watson, right?
Yeah.
You got to be able to...
You got to run the ball, too, with Chubb probably going to miss the first few games, it looks like.
So, they're going to have to go to that free agency portal, Tito.
Yeah, but still, it's going to be tough for them because so many guys that went out and are hurt right now. The Browns play at Seattle on Saturday night for their finale. It's the 3rd preseason game for everybody coming up. Bills over the Steelers 9-3. And Justin Fields looked a lot better. They still didn't score much. It was all field goals. 3 field goals for Buffalo, 1 for Pittsburgh in this game. Fields was 11-17 for 92 yards. Led the team in rushing, 8 carries, 42 yards. Russell Wilson making his preseason debut, 8 for 10, 47 yards. I think he got sacked 3 times as well. That offensive line Steelers need some work also. But it's and Jaylen Warren for Pittsburgh left with a hamstring injury. But this season, whenever I look at what Caleb Williams is doing, I'm sure I'm going to get pissed off and say, why wouldn't they put that kind of talent around Justin Fields? Mm-hmm. The moves they made to shore both the offense and defense, but bringing in Keenan Allen, drafting Odunze, and like it's almost criminal what the Bears have done to Justin Fields, and I am so rooting for him to bounce back. Look, I would not be surprised at this point if he's a starter week 1, Justin Fields.
Oh, yeah. It's going to happen. I mean, he's already kind of separating himself. And you want him to have as much runway as possible, Tito. And you need that support from Russell. I mean, they're not really in too much on him financially, right? Like they're going with the best option for the team.
Look, they're both almost free.
So there's no loyalty to either guy. We're going with the best guy. And, if we're looking at the preseason numbers, like you're saying, it's going to happen a lot sooner than what I expected. I expected a little bit later in the season, but you're saying.
I think he could be started week 1. Yeah, I do. Look, you're right. They have no loyalty to either one of them. It's like, if you're the best one, we're going to put you out there. Wilson missed some time with the calf injury, what he had when he was doing something with a sled, which made no sense at all for the Steelers to have a quarterback doing that with like pulling a sled. But it just seems like Fields, and I saw some of the highlights from it. Watched a good chunk of the game, but also it's got a different vibe when it's, at least yesterday it did. Maybe it'll change because Wilson this is his first action in the preseason, but it's a different vibe with Fields because of what he can do with his feet.
Yeah.
And he can escape. We talked about the Ohio State offensive line and how if you have a mobile quarterback like Will Howard, it's going to make the offensive line look better maybe than it is.
Yeah.
Same thing with the mobile quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
If Fields can turn potential sacks, the one play he did, he had a great play where he escaped pressure and threw a dart. I think it was like a 19-yard completion, but I don't know if Russell Wilson would have gotten out of that sack. But if you can do that, though, it makes up for some of your deficiencies on the offensive line. And both guys, they're virtually free. They're like cheap contracts. And so one of them, though, could very well get paid after the season. They have a good year. Yep. I feel like, if they were paying Wilson a ton of money, what they're not, but if they were paying a ton of money, I can see why maybe Wilson would be out there. But just based on what I've seen, I think Fields is the better quarterback of the two for this year.
Absolutely. I mean, he gives you the better chance of winning. Mike Tomlin is going to have a winning team. He's going to have a winning season. So I would love for it to work out with Justin that way. The sooner the better.
There was a Fanatics Fest on Friday in New York, and Brady was he was talking on stage with ESPN's Stephen A. Smith, and he was talking about like how he's going to call the games. Brady's first game is going to be the Browns and Cowboys coming up in week 1 of the NFL, and he said Brady was talking about he was asked about how critical he's going to be and whatnot. He said, let's say Daniel Jones throws an interception, and then there was laughter in the audience and all of this. And Brady said, I didn't mean to say it like that. He said, I wasn't even being critical of Daniel Jones. He said, maybe I was a little. And then he was asked about how he's going to handle being critical of quarterback play as an analyst. He said he might want to make a remark like that was horrible, but he acknowledged, I just can't say that on TV. Stephen Smith asked him, why not? He said, because there are parents out and there are family members. I don't want to always necessarily say it in that way. But if I was doing it myself, and let's say I threw a really bad interception, I'd walk back to the side and say, you are the worst quarterback in the world. How could you possibly make that throw terrible? But I don't want to be so critical in some ways. I don't necessarily know exactly what the problem was on that play. And that's what he said. Let's say Daniel Jones throws an interception. Now, he made it. I don't think Brady should have kid gloves when talking about quarterbacks. If it's a horrible play or a horrible interception, say it on the air. It doesn't matter. We all see it.
But Color, that's not your job, though.
Well,
to say how bad it is.
You could say it was a bad throw.
Well, you could say how and why.
Right.
Like how and why this happened.
Right.
And I think people are expecting Tom to be sitting on this chair above everybody, just sitting on a higher chair pointing down like, you suck because I'm Tom, I'm the greatest.
Right.
No, Brady's going to analyze why this happened. And I think it's not fair for us to put him in the position to say, hey, Brady, tell us tell us why this guy isn't you.
Okay. That explanation I understand. Yeah. But I don't understand, and what I have a problem with is when he's saying he's not going to do it because there are parents and their family members. You shouldn't. This isn't Little League, Yes, I wouldn't be that critical of a kid if it's a kid, but these are professional players making a lot of money. Yeah. Ironically, by the way, he said all this, and then yesterday against the Texans, Daniel Jones did throw 2 interceptions in the game. But
yeah.
You're right. He doesn't have to say it's a horrible. He can question decisions, though.
Yeah.
Maybe horrible is not the right word, but for him saying I just can't say it on TV, you can. You can say that. I get what you're saying that his job as a color man is to, and you've done color also, with high school football and things like that.
Yeah.
have you tried to measure your words when describing a play? Like, you're someone who wouldn't say that's horrible, that was a horrible play, or that was a horrible pass, or would you?
I just don't think that.
And I know high school is different than the NFL, but.
Well, yeah. And here's the thing, like with color, my job is to say why that was a bad pass.
Okay.
It's like he gets pushed out of the pocket. He really didn't get time to settle his feet.
Mm-hmm.
In turn, didn't really get his hips on the target, sailed the ball out of bounds.
Right.
Like there's a reason why.
Sure.
You know, there's something that happened that allowed that. It's just not like, yeah, this guy's talent is bad. Like, it's absolutely hard watching him play. Like,
Right.
This guy sucks. You can't do that, Tito. It's just like.
That's fair. No, that's fair. That's fair. I hear what you're saying on that one. I know high school and pro different thing, but yeah, I just don't like the fact that he framed it around, well, his parents and family members. Dude, this isn't kiddie football. This is this is big boy football. And Daniel Jones, if he makes a terrible read, I would say he made a bad read on that. You could say terrible if you wanted to, but if he makes a bad read, if he throws the ball into triple coverage, that's a bad decision. That might be a horrible decision.
Yeah. To his credit, Stingley is going to have a Pro Bowl year.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yes,
that was a excellent baited pick.
Mm-hmm.
That was. I don't want to stand up for Daniel, but right. But Stingley he's going to have a really good year.
He's going to beat more than one quarterback this year, that's for sure. All right, coming up next, he was a defensive lineman on the Ohio State Rose Bowl winning team back in 1997. Jimmy Bell's going to join us. We'll talk about the season this year, what he's been up to lately. We'll do that next. Fan Sports Sunday on the Fan.
If you miss a live show, you can catch the podcast. If you miss the podcast, our hosts have volunteered to have dinner with you.
The meatloaf!
The Fan.
This is the White Castle Call of the Crave, and it's telling you to come in now for 10 cheese sliders for just $7.99. 10 cheese sliders for just $7.99. Boom! White Castle. Follow your crave. Limited time only, tax not included.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
This season on Nada Yada Island.
You were charging your phone? I waited hours for you.
That's how long it takes.
Join Metro and get a free Motorola Edge that'll charge for the day in 15 minutes. At Metro, there's no activation fees. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
Bring your number ID and sign up for Metro Flex Plus plan. Offer not available if at T-Mobile or have been with Metro in the past 180 days. Requires 68-watt charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low prices, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. More savings and more inspiring flavors make Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Check out this great deal on giant-sized Kellogg's cereal. Select varieties are on sale now, 3 for $10 with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Pain from arthritis is just awful. Constant pain. It robs you of so much of the stuff you love to do. But there are effective ways to deal with that pain. My dad and I can both tell you we were able to get relief without medication or surgery. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Listen, there are exciting new cellular therapies that can get you lasting relief. The place to go, QC Kinetics, right here in Columbus, Ohio. Dr. Ray Tesner and his team at QC Kinetics utilize cutting-edge treatments that accelerate your own body's healing properties, revitalizing your joints so you can move again. Learn how QC Kinetics can use advanced regenerative medicine to treat the pain, enhance your joints, and restore your mobility. Surgery and pain pills, they're not the only option. My dad and I went there. We feel so much better. He's able to move around and walk like he wants to. I'm able to go out and run and do the things that I enjoy. So here's the great thing. Give him a call at 380-208-4544. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus. They have 3 offices in Dublin, Gahanna, and Grove City.
When there's a United Dairy Farmers nearby, fan favorites are too. Score a set of 6 Cincinnati Reds player cups for $19.99. Ellie, Green, India, Steer, Diaz, and McLean cups only at UDF while supplies last.
Most radio stations suck. Here's why. They don't invest in local programming. We're live and local 14 hours a day. You can rest assured that every stupid thing we say is 100% local. Homegrown dumb since day one. The Fan.
Get Eco.
ECO. Hey, Aaron. Hey, Jerry. Pretty hot this summer, huh? This kind of heat makes me want to invent something that cools everything off. Well, they did invent the air conditioner.
Get Eco.
ECO. Get Eco today, and we'll fix your AC today. Your house will be cool like snow. Cool like an ice rink. Fixed in a blink. Faster than you can think. Our plumbers can even fix your sink. Well, plumbing won't help much with the heat. But yeah, we can fix your sink and anything else that has pipes attached to it.
Get Eco.
ECO. When your house is cool, your people are cool. Our HVAC technicians can be at your house today and quickly repair your air conditioner today. Fix the sink and cool off with a drink. Ooh, I need to invent a new drink. I'll bring the ice.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Get Eco.
ECO. Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
A lot can happen between falling in love with a house online and owning it, between imagining living there and breathing in your new home for the first time. Having an advocate who can help you navigate the complex world of financing, inspections, negotiating, analyzing the market, and talking through any anxieties that may pop up, that can make all the difference. That's what the expertise of a Realtor can do for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors and bound by a code of ethics, because that's who we are.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Skies are pretty cloudy right now. We are tracking chances for showers through this afternoon. Your high today going to hit 80 degrees before those showers arrive. They're going to continue off and on. They're mostly going to be light showers with a couple moderate to steady showers mixed in. It won't be a constant rain, but everybody has a chance to see at least a couple minutes of showers through the afternoon. I'm meteorologist Madison Reich with your weather impact forecast on The Fan.
Your go-to destination for Buckeye football talk all year round. This is Fan Sports Sunday.
All right, Fan Sports Sunday. Devier earlier said I showed my age with some of the comments I made about Ohio State quarterback battles from the past. I am now going to show the age of Jimmy Bell by saying he played and won a game in the Rose Bowl when the Rose Bowl still mattered for the Big Ten and the Pac-12 or whatever it was at the time. Jimmy, how excited are you? Defensive line, by the way, that Ohio State Rose Bowl winning team back there with Joe Germain, the great Demetrius Stanley, D. Miller, that fun team to watch. Curious, Jimmy, how excited are you about this upcoming season for Ohio State?
First of all, everyone, what's going on? D. Peasy, what's cracking?
What's up, Jimmy? How you doing?
Man, come on, man. Listen, D, I went from a regular guy to an OG to like I'm a double OG now.
Yeah.
I ain't triple OG like T. Byers, but I'm a double OG. I'm a double OG. And this is why this is a dope conversation, because we got a couple generations in here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when we played, bro, the landscape was just so freaking different.
Yep.
And then the landscape even changed, with Coach Truss and what you guys were going through.
Mm-hmm.
Now this, because, even me, I'm the old head that didn't like the new uniforms. Y'all probably thought that was fly.
I love them.
What are we doing? Old school, keep it. But now everything has changed, and as usual, Ohio State is going to be at the forefront in the dominance of that change, and it's very prevalent. It's going to be interesting, man. We've never been in a position, and DP knows this, and in my era, it's the same way. We've always had very high expectations. We have never had the bust expectations. We've never had to beat Michigan or bust, even in my losing record with the team up north, right? It's never been that. Yeah. It's never been the national title or bust atmosphere. And for the first time in a long time, that's where we're going into it this season. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that. Like, I'm on the side of the table where I don't think it's that this year. Like, I believe when you look at the last 10 years, Ryan Day has some of the best winning percentage. When you talk about handling the landscape of COVID, NIL, transfer portal, he didn't have a blueprint to follow. He created the blueprint when it comes to, the implementation of collectives, how they're going to recruit their own roster, And I think what he did this offseason where he, right after the Missouri game, went out and filled the holes with the roster, kept his guys, retained guys. I think that's the bottom line moving forward. And I like that about Ryan Day. Now, I'm also a wins and loss guy. Yes, I think we need to beat Michigan. But at the same time, I still think there's some room there. And I just wanted to ask you, where is that coming from, this national title or bust? like where is this idea coming from?
Well, Tito, D is totally right. And this is where it's coming from, Big Dog, and both of you guys, in my opinion. Ryan Day was probably in one of the most precarious positions when he took this dang job. Mm-hmm. Think about it. He was ahead of his time. He was being groomed to be an offensive coordinator. And you see what I'm saying? So he didn't get the job like, hey, man, I'm the next big coach in charge. No, they gave him 3 years to manage Urban's flow, his system, his universe. And as we all know, Urban different. Mm-hmm. Urban ain't like nobody else, and he's literally a 360 from Ryan Day. Mm-hmm. What we're getting is the expectation of people thinking that Ryan Day should have had the same expectations as Urban Meyer, or at least what we thought that precipice was heading towards. Yeah. Well, that's not always fair because they're totally different. And the people meet, if you ever, and you have, both of you have, man, Coach Day and Coach Meyer are literally two different type of dudes. What we just saw was the first time they've given him free reign to not manage Urban Meyer's system, but to create and be responsible for Coach Day's system. Yes. Now, this is the problem with that. So I'm with you with feeling that he has a little leeway. Mm-hmm. Bro, we're judged by one thing in this place, bro.
The last game of the season.
And ain't no other. Listen, Tito, no, and we both have been in and out of this country in every damn state. Excuse me, I don't want to get a fine.
You won't get a fine for damn. You can say damn.
There is not one team in the country that's judged by one game that's not a championship type game, except Ohio State, bro.
Mm-hmm. Jimmy Bell.
That's what it comes down to.
Jimmy Bell joins us here on the Brian Heaton Cooling System Fan Guest Hotline, former defensive lineman for Ohio State. And I'm curious about your take on your time at Ohio State. I know you said, and I'm paraphrasing here, and you can correct me on this, that you could have gotten more out of your time at Ohio State, could have given more. Is that accurate?
As a collective, as a team, absolutely. Now, listen. Yes. Now, don't get this confused, because our error is probably one of the most underrated errors of Ohio State football. Coach John Cooper, because of the one game, is one of the most underrated coaches. I'm not saying he's number two, because I think, but in that 3B, I think he's sitting in that 3B error. Think about it. Most of these teams, not most of them, some of these teams can say they had their time. Miami had their time. Nebraska had their time in our modern day. Who else had their time? Ohio State had their time in the 90s. We were loaded. Not only were we loaded, minus the national championship, Michigan, and honestly, y'all, we didn't care about it. And Devier knows this because he's in our era of bowl games. We didn't care. Mm-hmm. I hate to say it that way, especially in our era, because Tito, you said this in the beginning of the segment. Our era, the Rose Bowl mattered.
Yeah.
I mean, it was life and death. It was the most exclusive entity and meant everything to a lot of people, but to us, second to the Michigan game. So when we weren't we in the Citrus Bowl every year. We playing the second SEC team every year, and we're losing games that we shouldn't have lost. Other than that, the 90s is our time. Because we didn't beat Michigan, Coach Coop doesn't get what he deserves. A lot of that era doesn't get what he deserves.
Yeah, I think
go ahead.
I was going to say, Jimmy, the thing I love about the 90s when you talk about, like, where it bridged, I think that's where Ohio State started recruiting freaks. Like that's where we became like a national recruiting power house, where we were getting guys like Eddie George, David Boston, yourself, Opace, Big Daddy, Sean Springs. I mean, people don't know, like, Sean Springs is like 6'3". He's like, it's crazy. Like we had freaks during that time.
Ask Coach Tim Walton ask him how close he was to not playing his senior year when Sean Springs stepped on that damn campus.
I know.
So you're absolutely right.
Yeah. The 90s really, I think in recruiting wise, the 90s took us to a place where, when Trussell got in, obviously he did a good job bringing the idea that how important beating Michigan was back. I think he did a good job, but he continued to recruit freaks. He continued Cooper's recruiting style from that mode. And I thought, Urban Meyer took it to another level by just saying, hey, like, we recruit America. Like, we recruit, we're going to get everybody. And it's just evolved over time. But I think like the 90s starts the point where it's like, yeah, there's freaks at Ohio State.
So this is what happens when you're so the team up north screwed up when they hired Rich Rodriguez. You know why? There's a few legacy programs where the coach will never be bigger than the program, right? Mm-hmm. Well, they screwed up by hiring somebody that came in and tried to recreate the damn program. No, that's a legacy program.
Yep.
Well, Coach Coop was also an outsider, but this was the difference. If you're not a legacy person, you got to be so innovative that your space and time supersedes all of it. And that's what Coach Coop did. So a lot of coaches put their arm around Ohio and didn't leave it. Yep. What Coach Coop did, he put his arms in the fence around Ohio, but he also opened that gate. Mm-hmm. And he made all of these other dudes fillers. So he really changed the landscape, minus like a few teams. Like Michigan State has always been a huge Florida team. Iowa has always been a huge Texas team. But what he did is that he turned Midwest into cankles into high ankle flat. he took the cankles out of the Midwest, and he made it a lot more. He made it way more acceptable. So he led that era, and he should get a ton of credit for that.
I agree with you on that, Jimmy. I think Cooper's underrated for what he did for the program, as far as the recruiting and the way he had so much talent in those teams. I know that, that final game of the season, the regular season, didn't always go the way, oftentimes it didn't go the way for Ohio State, but still he deserves a lot of credit for what he's able to do with the program nonetheless. Jimmy, appreciate the time, bud. Let's do this again soon, okay?
No doubt. Let's make it happen. Appreciate you guys. You guys have a good one whenever you need me.
You bet. That was Jimmy Bell, defensive lineman on Ohio State's Rose Bowl winning team back in 1997, joining us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling System fan guest hotline. Coming up next, time for our weekly talk with our man, Mekka Don. Buckle up, folks. Fan Sports Sunday.
Here's a listener tweet. Can I tase Common Man in the nuts? Fine by us, but he may like it. Common Man and Tebow.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
The Fan.
This week at Meijer, buy 5 or more and save $5 or more on hundreds of items across the store. Shop items like Pepperidge Farm buns, Johnsonville smoked brats, Breyer's ice cream, and select Coca-Cola or Pepsi products, plus deposit where applicable. Plus, shop hot deals on California red seedless grapes for $1.29 per pound, certified Angus beef T-bone steak for $9.99 per pound, and Meijer chips 3 for $5. Shop great prices and limited deals this week at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in-store or in the Meijer app.
Score a goal with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the checking account that rewards you for supporting the crew. Learn more at pathwayscu.com. Pathways Financial Credit Union, official credit union of the Columbus Crew. Federally insured by NCUA.
And what is it called?
A ceiling fan.
And where is it?
It's on the floor.
And why is that a problem?
Well, see, the person who named it probably should have called it a floor. No, that's not right. The guy on TV I saw put up a ceiling fan.
Are you a TV star, Paul?
No, I'm not.
Are you an electrician, Paul?
I am not.
You are?
I am a middle management accountant, and I shouldn't be putting up ceiling fans.
You should.
Call the pros who knows.
Apex Pros.
The pros who know electrical work, too. Hi, it's Alex from Apex Pros. And if you'd like us for plumbing, cooling, and heating, you're going to love our pro electricians.
Apex Pros are on the way.
Much easier, isn't it?
I'm glad we sorted this out.
Me too.
Columbus loves the pros who knows. Schedule with one click at apexpros.com.
We know your golf game is ugly, but your course doesn't have to be. Experience the natural beauty of Delaware Golf Club today. Delaware Golf Club is now open to the public and only 10 miles up the road from 270. For the best rates, book your tee time online at delawaregolfclub.com.
Rise and shine, jabronis.
What a show this morning.
There's only one place where Buckeye legends lay the smackdown. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekday mornings starting at 6.
Give me a juice box, Biatch.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hey, welcome to IKEA's complete sleep event. Don't miss dreamy offers on sleep essentials.
Oh, I've tried counting sheep, but keep losing track.
We've got you. IKEA family members save 15% off your purchase of $300 or more on select sleep comfort items. Plus, we're throwing a pajama party in-store on August 31st. Wear your favorite PJs for a free breakfast.
Ooh, we have matching PJs.
Don't wait. Go to IKEA-USA.com/bettersleep or visit your local store today. Offer valid August 7th through September 10th, U.S. only. See store and IKEA-USA.com for full details and eligible items. Restrictions apply.
Meet Abdullah Mahmood, problem gambling counselor at Maryhaven.
More and more people are falling into problem gambling. It can happen so quickly that you don't realize it until you face a crisis. Gambling issues often connect to depression, anxiety, or other addictions. Maryhaven's experts offer comprehensive care. You and your loved ones can count on mental, emotional, and financial guidance.
Confidential and judgment-free. Go to maryhaven.com today.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Have you ever heard someone say that they just don't make or do things like they used to? While that may be true for many things, there is one company who strives to deliver the customer experience and quality product that we all reminisce about. And that company, well, it's Newman Roofing. You can read it time and time again in their reviews, how much they truly care about their customers and the roofs that they install. And I should know, they installed a roof for me and my family, and it was tremendous. Their sales team was fantastic, and the quality was phenomenal. They strive to leave the home as they found it. And some customers say they even leave it cleaner than it was before, and I can second that. Not only do they install a quality product that is going to protect your home and family for years to come, but they also walk away leaving you feeling confident that you hired the right company. Whether you need a roof repair or replaced, call the company that families have been trusting for 32 years, and that company is Newman Roofing. 614-NEW-ROOF or newmanroofing.com.
August may seem like the end of summer. It also means the beginning of a lot of things, like back to school, festivals, football. At Buckeye Lake Marina, it means the August savings days are upon us. Get huge discounts on all of the new and used boats that they didn't sell. Every pontoon, tri-toon, sport boats, even fishing boats are ready for you. Save thousands on demo models that have been used all summer to show off amazing features. Some have never even been in the water. Take advantage of the August savings days at Buckeye Lake Marina. Their summer hours continue through the entire month of August. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com for details.
It's sports conversation, but with a drink and umbrella as a garnish. This is Fan Sports Sunday.
All right, Fan Sports Sunday. We do this every week at this time.
Let's get fired up for Buckeye season. It's time to buckle up with Mekka Don.
Mekka Don, Buckeye Nation. It's time.
Mekka Don joining us here on the Brian Heating Cooling System Fan Guest Hotline. Mekka, do you ever get tired of hearing the song? I'm sure you've listened to the song 1,000 times through all the editing and through everything. Like, do you ever say, God, I'm sick of this song?
Sometimes, not yet, but I think it happens after a while. Because part of it is, you're prepared to perform, like you said. There's editing, and you hear it 1,000 times probably before anybody else hears it. And when you're going into, obviously performing and putting together your shows and stuff like that, you're listening to it back to back to back. So I don't want to say I'm sick of it, but definitely not. I'm not like trying to turn it on every day either.
Right.
MEC season is approaching. Captains have been named. We also got a few things happening, with the quarterback position. How are you feeling rolling 2 weeks in? You getting excited?
Yeah, man, I'm definitely excited. I think, Will Howard being named the starter, I don't think was a surprise based on,
A couple of things. Obviously, I think we expected him to come in and compete when he announced that he was transferring.
Yeah.
But he did have to earn it. And I do think that, I think I told you guys I was at practice maybe a week and a half ago. And what I saw there was very encouraging with him in terms of not just, his play, but also his confidence, his leadership. He was talking trash a little bit, feeling comfortable. And I think that's kind of what we want from our guy. So I'm excited, man. I mean, we have all it takes, man, Devier. We got all pretty much at every position. But the thing that I think is the most exciting for us as guys who really, really analyze is what we're hearing about the offensive line, and that the offensive line might actually end up being, if we can stay healthy and I know guys have been sick and stuff like that they could actually be dominant. And if that's true, oh boy, look out.
Mekka Don joins us here on the Bryant Heating Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. We're buckling up with Mekka Don like we do. He's got that great song out there, the hype song for Ohio State this year here at the stadium. And his merchandise comes out here, later on this week, right?
Yes, Friday on the Ohio State Team Shop, GoBuckeyes.com. We're officially, with Legends, releasing Ohio State Buckle Up merch, tee, and a crew. That'll be released this Friday online. And then also will be released for sale in the Horseshoe, started on the first game, which is August 31st, and throughout the whole season. So really, really excited about that.
We were talking earlier, Mekka, Devier and I, and trying to see what the hole is in the defense, or is there a way to exploit this defense? What could the potential hole be? Devier brought up, he thinks, if they can go deep on some of these guys if they're doing single coverage in the defensive backfield. What is your take on the defense this year? And
I definitely didn't say that, man.
What'd you say?
I was going to say, that doesn't sound like Devier. I was like, Devier said that?
No, what I said was, like, when you think about the big gashes that Tito's trying to say. Tito's trying to talk. He's trying to say football terminology. And I was sitting here seeing if you were going to keep a straight face. He had a straight face. So, no, what I was saying was, when you think about the big gashes, the Michigan run, the Georgia big play, the Michigan deep pass, the Georgia big play, the Notre Dame big play, Styles big play. You look at our safeties, and when they're put into vertical positions where they have to decide one crosses one face and they have one going vertical, either on the outside or inside, that's a place where we have holes in our defense. And honestly, it really doesn't matter about talent. If you just catch us in that coverage where safety has to play two vertically, and the quarterback can make those throws, we've been gashed there a few times.
Yeah, I can see that, and that's why I'm also interested just to see what Knowles does and what adjustments he makes to the talent that we have, right? And whether or not he does give those looks specifically, or whether we can actually play different looks because of the talent. I don't know. I mean, I hear what you're saying, Devier, and so, but right now I think the bigger thing, or the big thing to me, is kind of linebackers. I'm really interested to see how linebackers play. There's some experience, but a little bit of inexperience there. And
are you worried about their physicality there? Do you think are they physical enough? Just say it.
Well, I don't know, bro. We'll see. So I heard about. I've been hearing about C.J. Hicks. I've been hearing. Yeah. I've been hearing that he's terrorizing. He's a blitz machine. I've been hearing some good things. So I think we'll see, man. I think it's kind of too early to tell, but I think we'll definitely see. And but that is something to watch. That's something to watch for, right? I think to just go in and say, look, we have no holes, no weaknesses, there's nothing we need to work on, is obviously not the right approach. But I have faith. We're going to get it together.
When do you think we'll know? We'll know what kind of team this is, because, I don't see us getting challenged much by Akron, Western Michigan, or Marshall. I don't see much of that. Then you've got the road game, Michigan State. I think Iowa after that, and then Oregon. At what point, do you think you'll know much about this team after the first couple games, or it will be so hard to tell because of the mismatch?
Oregon is the first. I mean, I think all those other games, it's going to be, like you said, it's going to be hard to tell. I mean, let me say this. I think we could tell negatively about the team before the Oregon game. If we're sloppy, guys are getting penalties, we're getting gashed on defense, Will Howard's not looking like we thought he would look against lesser competition. I think we could tell that early on, negatively. As far as positively, in terms of how good this team is in terms of the national championship race, because ultimately that's the measuring stick, right? I think that you're not going to really be able to tell to Oregon. Because Oregon has talent. It's not going to be a huge talent gap. So now it comes down to X's and O's, but also coaching decisions, in-game coaching decisions. How do we bounce back after we get punched in the mouth? What if we go down 14-0 real quick, kick return or something? How do we actually bounce back to those things? And I think we probably won't see that in any real way until the Oregon game.
Yeah, no, those are definitely early tests for us here, man. I want to ask you, what are you most excited about, this coming fall? You got any big events? Are you hitting the stage anywhere? Where can we see, where can we buckle up at, Mekka?
Great question. Actually, I was actually going to mention this anyway, so I'm glad you asked me. So actually, my very first performance of Buckle Up is going to be at the Bend Fashion Show, August 29th. I think it's this year on the square. Awesome job that Laura and Adam Heller do with that brand, and they're doing, I think, their 10th anniversary this year. So I'll be a special guest there. I think Shelly Meyer, Maria Durant will be hosting. So that's going to be a great event, August 29th. I'm also working with OSU Student Life on a couple of events to kind of integrate Buckle Up beyond just, in my opinion, it's not just a football and athletics thing. It's kind of something that's just kind of a mantra for life. So I'm working with them a lot. There's a food packing event I believe I'm going to be a part of on September 11th, and working through some other opportunities as well. I mean, I'm going to be really, really busy this fall, but it's all exciting stuff. So I'll definitely keep you guys posted. And but yeah, the August 29th event, the Bend Fashion Show, is going to be great. I'll be doing actually a giveaway of some VIP tickets on my social media here pretty soon. So and then I'll definitely be at all the games. I think I'm going to be normally I go to like two or three home games. I think I'm going to be at every single game this season. So that should be fun.
How much sleep do you get a night?
Well, I think if I didn't have two young kids that woke up around 6 or 6:30 every morning, I'd probably get a little more. But it just depends on the week. Like this week, and maybe you could even hear it in my voice, I haven't slept a ton. But I don't. You're not going to hear me complain about it because it's a blessing. I mean, I'm doing what it is that I want to do in life. I'm healthy, my family's healthy, and able to provide. And I think at the end of the day, a lot of hardworking people are kind of going through the same thing. So I don't like put myself in some special category. I just put myself in the category of someone who's working hard to try to, achieve their dreams. And so I think that's kind of what it takes is, some days are going to be good. Some days you may not get that much sleep.
You're doing all damn well, Mekka Don. We appreciate your time. We'll talk again next week, all right?
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you. Buck up Mekka Don. We do every week with him. Love talking to that guy.
Yeah, man.
It's infectious. The energy, yes, it's all there. Coming next, the Big Ten AD resigned right before the start of football season. We'll talk about that next. Fan Sports Sunday on the Fan.
We know everything about you. We know you love the Buckeyes. We know you love the Jackets. We know you're wearing a red shirt. I just freaked the hell out of someone. The Fan.
Pain from arthritis is just awful. Constant pain. It robs you of so much of the stuff you love to do. But there are effective ways to deal with that pain. My dad and I can both tell you we were able to get relief without medication or surgery. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Listen, there are exciting new cellular therapies that can get you lasting relief. The place to go, QC Kinetics, right here in Columbus, Ohio. Dr. Ray Tesner and his team at QC Kinetics utilize cutting-edge treatments that accelerate your own body's healing properties, revitalizing your joints so you can move again. Learn how QC Kinetics can use advanced regenerative medicine to treat the pain, enhance your joints, and restore your mobility. Surgery and pain pills, they're not the only option. My dad and I went there. We feel so much better. He's able to move around and walk like he wants to. I'm able to go out and run and do the things that I enjoy. So here's the great thing. Give them a call at 380-208-4544. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus. They have 3 offices in Dublin, Gahanna, and Grove City.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Hey, Aaron.
Hey, Jerry. Pretty hot this summer, huh?
This kind of heat makes me want to invent something that cools everything off.
Well, they did invent the air conditioner.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Get Eco today, and we'll fix your AC today.
Your house will be cool like snow.
Cool like an ice rink.
Fixed in a blink.
Faster than you can think.
Our plumbers can even fix your sink.
Well, plumbing won't help much with the heat. But yeah, we can fix your sink and anything else that has pipes attached to it.
Get Eco.
ECO.
When your house is cool, your people are cool.
Our HVAC technicians can be at your house today and quickly repair your air conditioner today.
Fix the sink and cool off with a drink. Ooh, I need to invent a new drink.
I'll bring the ice.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. As a business owner in today's economy, it's your job to anticipate constant market changes. But what do you do in the event of a divorce? Your assets and finances are scrutinized. Years of hard work building a business are on the line. This is not business as usual. You need an experienced partner you can count on for help. We're Cordell & Cordell.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
Friday nights mean high school football. Join us for the Fans High School Game of the Week.
The Fun Starts Friday the 23rd with Harvest Prep at Pick Central.
Your home for Friday Night Lights. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
This is the White Castle Call of the Crave, and it's telling you to come in now for 10 cheese sliders for just $7.99. 10 cheese sliders for just $7.99. Boom! White Castle. Follow your crave. Limited time only, tax not included.
This week at Meijer, buy 5 or more and save $5 or more on hundreds of items across the store. Shop items like Pepperidge Farm buns, Johnsonville smoked brats, Breyer's ice cream, and select Coca-Cola or Pepsi products, plus deposit where applicable. Plus, shop hot deals on California red seedless grapes for $1.29 per pound, certified Angus beef T-bone steak for $9.99 per pound, and Meijer chips 3 for $5. Shop great prices and limited deals this week at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in-store or in the Meijer app.
Score a goal with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the checking account that rewards you for supporting the crew. Learn more at pathwayscu.com. Pathways Financial Credit Union, official credit union of the Columbus Crew, federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Are you ready to turn your passion for media into a career? Ohio Media School is the place for you. With hands-on training in radio, television, sports broadcasting, and digital media, you'll gain the skills and experience you need to succeed. Don't wait. Classes are starting soon. Visit beonair.com and take the free assessment to get started. Enroll today and take the first step towards your dream career. Ohio Media School. Your future in media starts here. Visit beonair.com. beonair.com. Enroll now.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Tito and Devier are so dedicated to their craft, they slept in the studios last night. Or they were too hungover. Whatever. It's Fan Sports Sunday.
Fan Sports Sunday. Superstar appearance just now here in the studio.
Yep.
You probably didn't catch him on YouTube. I always called him a super duper star. Matty Ice stopping in. They're doing the show out live at Little Turtle Golf Club tomorrow for Anthony Rothman's outing. So Rothman has to be out there for that. It's a great outing.
Didn't even know Anthony Rothman was having an outing. I didn't get invited.
I played I may played the last 2 years.
You did?
I didn't get an invite this year. I had to pay, which is great because it all goes to charity. And,
Yep.
Rothman, what he does with the four-legged friends and all that. It's a fantastic cause. But, yeah, I'd usually get a text like, hey, it's open to register, and I didn't get that this year. I know it's tomorrow. That's okay. Gene Smith, by the way.
Yep.
When he left Ohio State, he had been the longest tenured AD in the Big Ten. And then he retires, moves out to Arizona. And when he did that, Pat Hobbs, the athletic director for Rutgers, became the longest tenured AD in the Big Ten. He was hired back in 2015. And now Hobbs has resigned at the age of 64. Health-related concerns is what he said in an email to the school president. After meeting with my cardiac team this week and having just been apprised of the results of my latest round of testing, it is clear I cannot continue to serve as athletic director given the requirements of the position. I recognize this is not the ideal time frame to depart. However, other factors need to take precedence. That was from the article in The Athletic. He's done a pretty damn good job there at Rutgers.
Yeah.
And you're getting Shiano back there.
In the Big Ten.
Yeah, the the basketball program's in good shape. They've got a couple of 5-star recruits on their roster this year, so that's going well. They had their first NCAA tournament win in history in 38 years last year, this past season. And so, like, it's all on an uptick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious, and I don't know. He's done a lot of great things, which makes him a very valuable member and a lot of success there at Rutgers. But does something like that trickle down to where it will affect? Like, I wouldn't think it would affect, the football program or basketball. We're just as far as like on the field this year. I mean, it's a weird time to resign on the week of college football starting up.
Mm-hmm.
But does it have any kind of effect, do you think? Or,
do you think Shiano becomes the AD?
I don't think he does. I wouldn't think he would get that one. But I mean, like, you as a player, does the player, your situation unique, but like, would the players though have much of an interaction with the AD? Could it affect them much at all or not?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it really affects the players. I think getting to know the student athletes from the athletic department standpoint, it helps you as an athletic director just to be able to understand their needs, understand, what's going on in their worlds, connecting with them on the field, on the court. That helps. But I don't think from the student's perspective does it really affect, performance, Tito.
Right.
Like who's the athletic director? I don't really know. Unless it's like they're not doing their job with facilities and things like that. But I don't.
But like a change like this, I wouldn't think it's a weird timing. And look, they've been on such a roll lately. With football and basketball, what they've been able to do. That's why I wonder if it'll affect that much going forward. But Stuart Mandel on The Athletic also, he put out his predictions for the Big Ten this year. He's got Ohio State going 9-0 in the Big Ten, 12-0 overall. He's got Oregon in second at 7-2, 10-2, tied for second with Iowa, 7-2, 9-3. Michigan 7-2, 9-3. Penn State 6-3, 9-3. Then Rutgers 6-3, 8-4, tied with Wisconsin also. And do you think, like, a 9-win Iowa team or a 9-win Michigan team, could they sneak into the playoff, or do you think you have to have 10 wins to get in?
Tito, this one is tough. I just think, and doing Maddie's, Rothman and Ice with Maddie, we're interviewing Tom Luganbill, and Tom Luganbill, he said, I just think the resume cutoff is 10 wins. Yeah. Obviously conference champions is one of the resumes, but 10 wins has to be the cutoff. Like, it's hard to put somebody in a college football playoff with 9 wins and 3 losses. It's just insane.
See, like, I'm looking at Iowa's schedule, and if they lose 3 games, I mean, that's pretty bad because their schedule's not that daunting, Yeah. I mean, Illinois State, Iowa State's always a rival. I get that one. It's at home, though, for them. Troy, they'll win that. At Minnesota, they should win that. I mean, I'm trying to find the 3 losses. The Ohio State game would be 1, I guess. Maybe Nebraska at home could be 1, but I don't see. I just looking at Iowa's schedule. I think if they lose 3 games, there's no way in hell they get in, because at least 1 or 2 of those losses are going to be bad losses.
Yep. No, I'm with you on that, Tito. It's just tough getting in with 3 losses, Tito.
Yeah, I think it'll be tough for a 3-loss team to get into this, and just because you figure you got the 4 conference champions first off, the Power 4.
Yeah, and
then there's going to be another 2 SEC teams probably in that. Maybe 1 or 2 more Big Ten teams, depending. I think if Penn State misses the playoff this year, I think James Franklin's in a lot of trouble. I think he could be in a lot of trouble if Penn State doesn't make the playoff this year.
He's been in trouble.
Yeah, he has been, but now it's like it's set up for him to where, it's getting 12 teams in. I got to believe Penn State fans are going to get really upset if it would just so happen that that Penn State could not somehow make it in this year. And their schedule's not terrible either. I mean, they should have a decent season. But yeah, this is where it's given coaches, going to 12 teams, has given some coaches a lifeboat kind of thing, or a lifeline, whatever you call it, to get into, because now it's easier to get in versus 4, but it also puts a higher expectation on them to get in.
Yeah. But I don't know if it's that easy to get into the playoffs this year. It's not like you can be third or fourth in your conference and get in. I mean, like,
well, if you're third with 10 wins, you can get in. I think in the Big Ten and SEC, third in those, I think you can get in.
Absolutely. But like the Cincinnatis of the world and the Liberties, the BYUs, the Notre Dame.
Yeah,
it's going to be tough when they have the resume for it,
right? But
Michigan, USC, Oregon, Ohio State all have 10+ wins.
Yeah. But I don't see Michigan 10. I think Michigan's getting 9.
I'm just saying, just for hypothetically speaking, like our SEC team with 10+, multiple teams with 10+ wins. What happens to teams like that have gone, 11-0, 11-1, 12-0 in those smaller conferences, Tito?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the fact though that they're talking about the subdivision, the FCS doing their own maybe.
Yeah.
The top group of 5 team obviously is going to the best ranked, highest ranked group of 5 team is going to go to the playoff, but then the rest of them doing a playoff. I think that's a genius idea.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense to do it that way.
It does.
All right, coming up next, we should update everything going on today in the world of sports. We will do that. Also hear a little more from Ryan Day from earlier. This is Fan Sports Sunday on the Fan.
1, 2, 3. Here in the Fan is always football o'clock. Proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. The Fan.
Rosati Windows, the best buying experience in the business.
I realize that people have options when choosing replacement windows, so I appreciate each and every customer. Before you make a decision, you owe it to yourself to see what makes us different. Our prices are competitive, we react quickly to service issues, and we control every decision that goes into building and installing our top quality products. We're just able to take better care of our customers.
Call Rosati Windows today, 777-4806.
Experience a piece of history this September and pay tribute to those that have served in the Vietnam War. Delaware County Veterans Services invites you to visit the Wall That Heals from September 12th through the 15th at Havener Park in Liberty Township. Witness the official 3/4 scale replica of the Vietnam Memorial in Washington, D.C. The Wall That Heals is free and open to the public 24 hours a day until 2 p.m. on the 15th. For volunteering opportunities and to learn more, please visit thewallthathealsohio.com.
Meet Abdullah Mahmood, problem gambling counselor at Maryhaven.
More and more people are falling into problem gambling. It can happen so quickly that you don't realize it until you face a crisis. Gambling issues often connect to depression, anxiety, or other addictions. Maryhaven's experts offer comprehensive care. You and your loved ones can count on mental, emotional, and financial guidance.
Confidential and judgment-free. Go to Maryhaven.com today.
There's a place where mishaps don't mean missing out. Welcome to AAA's The Plus Side, where a AAA Plus membership means that an empty gas tank won't keep you from a full day, where a flat tire doesn't have to deflate your mood, where being locked out doesn't mean you'll be out of luck for long, and where a dead battery can't stop you from being the life of the party.
Looks like you're all set here. Have a good rest of the day.
Because on the plus side, roadside mishaps don't have to ruin your day. With AAA Plus, you're covered with the gold standard in roadside assistance, whenever and wherever you need it. Tire changes, battery swaps, and emergency fuel are just a tap, click, or call away. AAA gets to you faster, and if you need a tow, we'll take you further, anywhere within 100 miles. Become a AAA Plus member today and experience the peace of mind that comes when you live on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply. Service is only available from AAA and CAA in North America.
Every day, weather shapes our lives. When your day depends on it, stay ahead with the 10 Weather Impact Team. Advanced notice means you'll know how weather affects your day, from dangerous heat to inconvenient storms. The impact to you before the changes happen. With what you need from experts you can trust. Stay prepared and stay informed. 10 Weather Impact.
Ohio, ready for some quick mental health facts? Let's go. Nearly 2 million Ohioans live with a mental health condition. In the U.S., more than 50% of people will be diagnosed with a mental illness in their lifetime. Depression is a leading cause of disability worldwide. So why are some of us still stigmatizing people living with a mental health condition when we know all of this? Let's listen to the facts and beat the stigma. Ohio, challenge what you know about mental health at beatthestigma.org.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. Are you still in your pajamas? We are. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
All right, Fan Sports Sunday. Tito Devier with you. Final hour of the program. Had a great first couple hours there. Thank you to Joey Bell for joining us, former Ohio State defensive lineman, also Mekka Don, as we always do. Buckle Up merchandise going to be going on sale later on this week. Make sure you get some of that. The video is great. You've got to watch it. It's a great hype video, great song. Love it, love it, love it. But want to talk a little about what's going on. We know that Ohio State named their starting quarterback, Will Howard, early this week, and Ryan Day and Chip Kelly were both available to the media. And I want to get this here. What Ryan Day did say that last year, when they kind of, it was McCord was announced and then Brown was going to play and things like that. But anyway, he was saying last year's what happened with the quarterback situation did not affect his quarterback decision timing. I'm glad he did it early. Here's Ryan Day, though, talking about how last year didn't have anything to do with this year.
No, I think every year is different. And at this time last year, I thought Devin was going to be the starter, and Kyle just kind of came on and down the stretch really did a great job. And so, going into those first couple games, I couldn't look the team in the eye and say that he's the starter, because they know what they see, and that's a big part of the locker room. And then he won it in the first couple weeks, and they kind of went from there. So I think every year is different, but I think this situation, this was the right time.
Devier, were there times in your high school, college, NFL career, CFL career also, where you had a strong opposition to the person? I'm not asking for specifics. I don't want to get anybody's name out there, but you had a strong opposition to the quarterback pecking order.
You're saying who should start,
or even the backup? Like if the coach says this is our starter, this is our backup, and maybe say the third string guy, whatever it is. But has there been times when the coach has said that and you as a receiver kind of like, that's the wrong decision?
I would probably say the only time was when I was in Denver, maybe Baltimore.
Okay.
So Peyton had just retired.
Right.
They got Mark Sanchez
right
in the free agency, but Trevor Siemian was already there, a part of the Super Bowl team as the third quarterback behind Peyton. He kind of knew all of the receivers. He knew all the offensive linemen. He got to study under Peyton.
Sure.
But Mark Sanchez is the free agent that's coming in to replace Peyton.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you kind of felt Mark trying to do it one way, but Trevor had the crowd.
Right.
Like he just knew how things were last year. And I think Trevor ended up beating out Mark Sanchez. And it's almost like when you have the team,
right?
Like when you have the locker room, 9 times out of 10, you're going to play. Like, even if it's against the coach's will.
Sure.
Like, if you're a backup quarterback and like, guys on the team really rock with me, or like they really like my playing style, or they like come to my locker, or they hang out with me, or they speak with me, and we have better interactions at lunch, and that guy is off being a starter, being all cool, like, or just being, Captain America. That backup 9 times out of 10 will take over the starting job just because he has the crowd.
See, I always wonder about that, like with the if it's fragmented on the team, if that happens, like, if they say this is the guy we're starting, and you receive like, there's no way in hell this guy should be the starter.
Well, it's not that it's fragmented. I would just say guys gravitate who they like.
Okay,
they're going to gravitate to who they like, and it's going to be one of those things, Tito, where it's like, man, like, did you see him with the second team today?
Yeah.
Like, did you see that ball he threw me? Oh yeah, no, I saw it. We ran the same play with the first team, but it didn't look like how I did with the second team. So that stuff happens.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things to where guys will tell you. And that's what Day kind of was alluding to. He was like, I can't look the team in the eye. They know what they see.
Yep.
And no matter, even if I like something or if I wanted it to be this way,
right,
the team kind of decides. Like, the collective consciousness kind of picks the starter.
We've got live college football coming up on Saturday. Florida State taking on Georgia Tech at noon out in Dublin, Ireland. Montana State, New Mexico, SMU, Nevada, and Delaware State, Hawaii. That'll be the four games played on Saturday. So when Devier and I are back next Sunday, we'll be talking about those games. I can't wait to do that. And then next Thursday, the 29th of August, we get a heavy dose of college football. And then obviously Friday, August 30th, there's some games too. And then on the 31st, things really get going there with the full schedule, including Ohio State and Akron. There'll be a Archie Griffin statue revealed August 30th, according to Ross Bjork. Archie Griffin had his statue at the Rose Bowl unveiled yesterday, and then they will have the new Archie statue outside Ohio State, and that'll get unveiled on August 30th. August 31st, Archie will be out there dotting the I, so we're excited about that as well. Ohio State captains were named: linebacker Cody Simon, wide receiver Emeka Ibuka, running back Travion Henderson, and defensive end Jack Sawyer. Cody Simon, also the newest member for the Block O jersey. And so this week of practice now, what goes on now? Like, what kind of things as a player, because we're ramping up now damn close to the start of the season, 13 days away. And I got to believe it's much different vibe for a freshman than for a veteran, right?
Yeah. Well, this is the week where, and this is a tough week, Tito. You have the big scrimmage this past Saturday. Like Day said in interviews, we're rolling 3 groups right now. For guys who are trying to make a name for themselves, guys who are trying to crack the rotation, that's huge. Like you're getting the same opportunities that the first team and second team is getting. But what happens next week is you're going to walk in the locker room one day and there's going to be a scout team jersey in your locker.
Right.
And that's when game prep starts happening. Now, it's a harsh reality for guys who wanted to crack the starting lineup. Well, this team is kind of different because everybody's kind of already back. The starting lineup is pretty much set. But, like, for those positions that we're competing, if you're a 2, you're gonna want to be getting reps preparing for the game.
Right.
Like, you're going to want to see your practice jersey that you've been wearing for the last month in your locker and not a scout team jersey to where, okay, my job is to purely get this team ready. Now, that's an important job. It's not something that you shouldn't take lightly. And, I mean, I had to do scout team for 10 weeks of my senior year. Do you know how bad that sucked? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I'm speaking from experience. Like, being on scout team is very important to the success of the season. You guys have to take this job seriously, but that's what happens this week is where it's time for game prep.
Right.
It's time to get ready to beat Akron, and it's time to get ready to, put in the game plan for the week. What 60 players are we running? What are, let's look at these defenses. We're not going against Jim Knowles or Chip Kelly anymore. We're going against said college. Yeah.
How did you practice angry that whole time then? When you're scout team, yours was not performance related as far as why you're scouting. Best receiver on the team. Yes, that's what you were.
Yeah.
But so did you go through that, say, obviously tried your best, but just pissed off?
I mean, it was a tough time. I mean, it really was. But at the same time, it was a lot of good young players that were getting prepared, and it was the Carlos Hydes, the Ryan Shazier, the Bradley Robies, all of these young guys who were having an opportunity to play at Ohio State, and more importantly for me, like. I took a stance where it was like I'm not gonna be bitter. Like, I guess I messed up. So I got to take the punishment.
You could put air quotes on messed up if you want to. Okay, you could do that. You didn't do it, but I'm doing it for you.
Yeah. You could hear it in my voice. So it's like you put the air quotes on that, but at the same time, I loved seeing those guys getting opportunities. Like, I love seeing Devin Smith get to play way before he was, thought he was ready.
Right.
I love. Braxton being thrusted in as a starter and just being able to, like, help those guys prepare. Like, we all still are connected now. I still have great relationships with those guys because I wasn't acting like a butthead, bitter and anger. Like, I was super happy for them, and it was just one of those things where it's like, man, I know I'm talented enough to play in the league. Like, it's gonna happen,
right?
But let's get y'all right. Let's pass on to this. Like, I mean, I remember giving away furniture in my apartment to dudes. You know, like, hey, like what do you need, bro? Do you need to? You know, I've always been that kind of guy.
Right.
And I have great relationships with a lot of those guys that came in those 2 years at my senior year for sure.
Reds lost 13-1 to the Royals. They play at 1:40 today at Great American Ballpark. Guardians lose 2-1 to the Brewers. They play at 2:10 today in Milwaukee. The crew in New York were 1-1 at the end of regulation and extra time and all that. And then crew won on penalty kicks 4-3 in the Leagues Cup quarterfinals. They host Philadelphia at 7:30 on Wednesday. Bears over the Bengals 27-3. Caleb Williams ran for a score, completed 6 of 13 passes, 75 yards. Bengals host Indy on Thursday for their final preseason game. Browns fall to the Vikings 27-12. Most stars and backups did not play, but the Browns offensive line is still, they're beat up, man. Lost a couple more linemen went down in that game against Minnesota, and the offensive line is struggling because of the injuries, and that they got to get that solved before the season starts up. They're at Seattle on Saturday night to wrap up their preseason. Bills over the Steelers 9-3. The Justin Fields, Russell Wilson battle goes on. Fields was 11 of 17 for 92 yards, 8 for 42 on the ground and rushing to lead the Steelers. Wilson was 8 of 10 for 47 yards, but neither team scored a touchdown. That's the one bad sign. At least Fields did not have the fumbling issues he had in the previous preseason game against the Texans. Jaylen Warren did leave with a hamstring injury from that game. And we've got a couple more NFL preseason games on tap today. It's going to be there's a game on Fox tonight, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But Green Bay plays Denver at 8 o'clock, and New Orleans is at San Francisco. That game's on Fox over there as well. Still waiting to hear if Brandon Ayuk gets a deal done or not. They are apparently there's a deal in place with the Steelers if Ayuk cannot get the deal signed with San Francisco. But all signs are pointing to this, Devier, that looks like Ayuk would bat for San Francisco. It makes a lot of sense because they are in win-now mode.
Yeah, no, and I hope it gets done. I really believe that San Francisco, you're signing Brock Purdy. You've all saw the chemistry that Brock Purdy and Brandon Ayuk has, and I think just moving forward, I would put my chips in the Brandon Ayuk basket over the Deebo Samuel basket, just because of the play style of Ayuk is more. I think there's just more longevity in the way he plays, and Deebo plays such a rough, rugged style, Tito, that it's like, how long can he continue to play and take those hits? I would just invest into Brandon Ayuk for the future, and obviously the rapport that he has with Purdy is clear.
Yeah, and there's so much talent on that team. My God, there's so much talent on that team.
It
And
is.
And Purdy's going to love to have him out there. It's it'll obviously the 49ers, they were talking, they wanted a established receiver back in any deal, which makes no sense for a team like Pittsburgh because they need to hold on to what they've got. They just need to add to their receiving core. But we'll keep an eye on that situation also. Again, that's at 8 o'clock tonight, New Orleans, San Francisco over on Fox. Coming up next, it's our time to talk to our buddy John Gerber, golf betting expert, writer for Golf Central Magazine and host of From the Rough podcast. We will do that next. Fan Sports Sunday on the Fan.
A lot has changed in 30 years, but we're still that old shoe that feels worn in and well-loved. And, well, we smell a little, but you've accepted that. The Fan.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island. This season on Nada Yada Island. You were charging your phone? I waited hours for you.
That's how long it takes.
Join Metro and get a free Motorola Edge that'll charge for the day in 15 minutes. At Metro, there's no activation fees. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
Bring your number ID and sign up for Metro Flex Plus plan. Offer not available if at T-Mobile or have been with Metro in the past 180 days. Requires 68-watt charger, sold separately. Actual performance will vary.
Hey, welcome to IKEA's complete sleep event. Don't miss dreamy offers on sleep essentials.
I've tried carrying sheep, but keep losing track.
We've got you. IKEA family members save 15% off your purchase of $300 or more on select sleep comfort items. Plus, we're throwing a pajama party in-store on August 31st. Wear your favorite PJs for a free breakfast.
Ooh, we have matching PJs.
Don't wait. Go to IKEA-USA.com/bettersleep or visit your local store today. Offer valid August 7th through September 10th. U.S. only. See store and IKEA-USA.com for full details and eligible items. Restrictions apply.
This is the White Castle Call of the Crave, and it's telling you to come in now for 10 cheese sliders for just $7.99. 10 cheese sliders for just $7.99. Boom! White Castle. Follow your crave. Limited time only, tax not included.
A lot can happen between falling in love with a house online and owning it, between imagining living there and breathing in your new home for the first time. Having an advocate who can help you navigate the complex world of financing, inspections, negotiating, analyzing the market, and talking through any anxieties that may pop up, that can make all the difference. That's what the expertise of a Realtor can do for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors and bound by a code of ethics, because that's who we are.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Score a goal with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the checking account that rewards you for supporting the crew. Learn more at pathwayscu.com. Pathways Financial Credit Union, official credit union of the Columbus Crew, federally insured by NCUA.
Here at The Fan, we give you 14 hours of live and local programming every day. We care about you. We live and work in your community, except Bo Bishop. He won't tell us where the hell he is. Your live and local station, except Bo. The Fan.
This week at Meijer, buy 5 or more and save $5 or more on hundreds of items across the store. Shop items like Pepperidge Farm buns, Johnsonville smoked brats, Breyer's ice cream, and select Coca-Cola or Pepsi products, plus deposit where applicable. Plus, shop hot deals on California red seedless grapes for $1.29 per pound, certified Angus beef T-bone steak for $9.99 per pound, and Meijer chips 3 for $5. Shop great prices and limited deals this week at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in-store or in the Meijer app.
We're dealing at Reichert Nissan. Hundreds of Nissans in stock, on the ground, and priced to sell fast. Low lease payments on brand new Reichert Nissan Sentras, only $219 a month. Now we're really dealing. With our lowest prices and 72-hour exchange policy, you can't buy the wrong car. Visit the Reichert Mega Mall off 270 and 33, or shop thousands of new and certified used at ReichertNissan.com. We're dealing.
With approved credit. 2024 Sentra SV FWD 36-month lease with $3,000 due at signing. Offer ends 9/3/24.
Hey, it's Anthony here, and over the years, I've tried to stay in the fight, keep playing, but every now and then, something gets me, shoulder pain, a knee tweak, a recent bout of golfer's elbow. When the weekend warrior injuries happen, the first call I make is to the specialists at Orthopedic One. I don't mess around. I want the #1 ranked place for orthopedics in Ohio. They've earned the right to be called Central Ohio's most trusted team of orthopedic experts. Get started at orthopedic1.com. No referral needed, but if you want one, I got you.
One thing about us parents, we think we know what's in, but we're usually way off. That's why I take my kids to Great Clips for back-to-school haircuts. From fresh fades to beachy waves, they can use the online lookbook to find the cuts they want at prices I can't resist. Plus, with convenient online check-in, we save tons of time, too. I may never know what's cool again, but hey, with back-to-school haircuts at Great Clips, I don't have to. Download the app today. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Skies are pretty cloudy this morning. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s. We'll see highs in the 80s later today, but we're also tracking more chances for showers. Those get started after lunchtime, and the thing to note is everyone has a chance to see these showers, but we won't see them constantly. So expect a couple brief bouts of moderate rain at times through the afternoon and evening with drier skies as we head into the overnight. I'm meteorologist Madison Reich with your weather impact forecast on The Fan.
You're listening to The Fan. It's Sunday. We're a sports station, and we shall call it Fan Sports Sunday.
Fan Sports Sunday. Tito Devier with you. Thank you so much for tuning in. We now head out to the Bryant Heating Cooling System Fan Guest Hotline, joined by our good friend John Gerber. They're in the FedEx playoffs now. The St. Jude Championship is going on. Gerber, he's writer for Golf Central Magazine, and he's the host of the From the Rough podcast on FanStream Sports and DSP Media, and our golf betting expert. Gerb, how are your picks looking for this week, and who do you like to win today?
Well, good afternoon, fellas. Yeah, it's looking pretty strong. We do have, there's 2-1-2 at the FedEx, and then I also had a bet last week on how you was going to play on Sunday. So don't try to skip this issue when we talk, because we'll talk about that in a minute. That's the most important one. So, but we're looking okay. Last week we did squeak out a profit with 2 top 20 picks that cashed in. That got us over the $7,000 mark for the year. This week we do have Alex Noren and Denny McCarthy to finish in the top 20. Not a lot of money to be made, but they're sitting there in that top 10 mark. So we might lose a little bit, but still we're going to cash in on those 2 to kind of cut our losses this week and get ready for next week out in Castle Pines.
Is there someone you like to win today? Matteo's got a 5-shot lead. Like, I know you do you do things a little differently as far as when you put your bets out on Wednesday night, your head-to-heads and whatnot. But like, just looking at this field today, do you think Matteo holds on to win?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, listen, I don't think he's scared of golf after what happened to him last week during the Olympics, getting robbed and all that. Maybe that's his formula to play well, right? Or he's not scared. I don't know. That's a joke, but. He's looking really strong. The conditions doesn't look like – I don't think anybody in the back of that pack can really shoot maybe 7, 8 under to kind of catch him. I think if he shoots anything in the, 2 or 3 under, it's going to be very difficult. We kind of predicted 20, 21, 22 was going to win. And I just don't think he's going to take his foot off the gas. I think he wants to build some momentum for the next couple of weeks. He's going to have a couple weeks off before the President's Cup. So I really think, I think he's going to play well. Somebody's going to have to go back in the pack to catch him. But maybe some interesting guys that didn't really play well this week. Rory's sitting there in 69th place. What's going on with Rory? We talked about him last week, and you asked who maybe was going to be disappointing, and I told you it was going to be Rory. I really did. And I just think he's got too much on his plate. But maybe, what's going on with Jordan Spieth? You're looking at some of these guys that may be getting ready for the President's Cup are just really not playing very well.
Yeah, absolutely. Gerbs, man, I wanted to take a shift. So I just to my attention, I've just found out about a kid that they say is a phenom. His name is Troy Taylor. His dad played wide receiver he played point guard here at Ohio State, Troy Taylor Sr. But I wanted to ask you about Troy Taylor Jr. and his potential to be playing at Pebble Beach next week, and just his trajectory as a young golf phenom. What do you know about him, and what can you tell the listeners about him? He's here from Columbus too.
Yeah, I know Troy. I've hung around with Troy a little bit out at York Golf Club. He's a great kid. I knew his dad also. So, yeah, Troy, it's very difficult. There's a lot of really good players. I know Troy played at Michigan State. He's getting some opportunities. He's playing that APGA tour, that Advocates for Players golf tour. Pebble Beach is great. He's had some success out there. It's a really hard road. I will say with Troy has kind of those components that can be successful out there. He's very long off the tee, so that's one of the things on the PGA Tour to get to the tour that you need. I think his short game potentially maybe needs work because this is where these guys score. I think he putts the ball pretty good. But also, I think he has a good head on his shoulders. He has some support, and he is a really good kid. Well, he's not a kid anymore. It's just going to be a road for him. If he can continue to get some opportunities out there and build some confidence, I think that's going to be the key for him. But being a Central Ohio guy, certainly pulling for him. I just think if he can continue to get some more starts at a really high level, I think we're going to see, potentially that he might have some success out there.
That's a great point, Gerb. As far as the grind to get there.
The grind, yeah.
And, playing some of these smaller events and things. There's still money to be won, I know, but it's, it's not like the money you're making on the PGA Tour. And I got to believe it's, and you went through this also, right? It's an emotional and mental grind as much as a physical grind, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's mentally. To have some financial support and not really have to worry about that is key. That the climate's changed a little bit. The college kids, I think he was on the back end of some of the NIL stuff. I think there's more opportunities for financial backing than there was when I was out there playing, but it's certainly there's very few and far betweens of the Ludwig Obergs and the guys that you see that come out and have that success. Those are the rare facts. The most of them, the 90% of the guys that are playing PGA Tour, Latin America, PGA Tour Canada, going through the Korn Ferry Tours and the ranks, and I think that's a great way to do it. It's going to build your confidence. And it's certainly getting you used to the life on the PGA Tour. For me, and for a lot of the other guys, playing golf was kind of the easy part. The harder part was, what do you do when you're not on the golf course? How do you spend your time? How do you travel? Where do you get to? And this is a new challenge for some of these guys that are coming back out. And, like I said, the Oberg is the rarity on the PGA Tour these days. And the majority of the guys, 90%, are you're going to have to go through those struggles.
So I know top 50 get to advance, top 50 and ties get to advance in the FedEx playoffs. And, you're right. The names like McIlroy is down there. He shot 4 over today. He's obviously going to miss. He's +9 for the tournament. Jordan Spieth was 2 over today. He's going to miss it also. He's down there with Rory at +9 as well. Is there a name that really surprises you that is playing well? Is there a name that really surprised you that's playing poorly?
Well, it's not really surprising. I mean, look at the big move Nick Dunlap just made. He's moving up 55 spots to kind of get in that certainly the top 50 for next week. But he was a guy we talked about on Wednesday on our show. He kind of fits that mold of a PGA Tour player, and this golf course was really good for him. I mean, it's a longer golf course, only having 2 par 5s. He hits the ball long, so making that move, I thought, is good for him. It's good for him to see. We also said, it was windy the first couple of days, and Colin Morikawa didn't play well. That's his MO. He's a high spin player. But I mean, can Jordan? I mean, Jordan Spieth looks like you right now. I mean, it is as bad as I've seen in a long time from a guy that putts the ball as well as he does. And don't think you're going to get out of the question about Sunday. Okay. I want to know how my wager would. Did you break 100?
No, I didn't break 100.
Yeah, I won. I didn't break
that. Hey, but you know what, though? So we play obviously handicaps, and with our indexes, Ryan Baker was 5 under after 4.
Wow, because has he been coming out and getting golf lessons from you?
I don't think he has. I don't think he has. But then he fell apart though. So Baker fell apart. He ended up finishing we had 16 guys. He finished in I think 9th place after that. Scotty Vegas was leading for a long time. Looked like it was his to win. Then he blew up on on holes probably 19 through 27, and then Adam Kahn ended up winning it. So
he wins every year. It seems like. Adam Kahn, good for him.
Yeah, it's good for him.
How many? So 16 out of 16. Where did you finish on the leaderboard out of 16 players?
I finished 14th.
Who was behind you? Because we got to have a talk with those two people. If you're beating them, we're going to have a talk with them.
It's Adam's son Jonas was behind me, but to be fair, his clubs his new clubs didn't arrive in time for it, and accidentally, I guess, he broke his putter and putted with a 7-iron for the last 12 holes. So he finished behind me, and then so did another kid who's a sophomore, Aiden Boothby not Aiden Boothby. Mike Horsener, a guy. It was his first time playing in a major. He was awful for the first 9 holes, and then played well after that. But he was so bad after 9 holes, though. Mike Horseman just had a birthday, by the way. He ended up being last, so I was right down there at the bottom, though.
Okay, well, at least you finished. That was good. You didn't get heat stroke or anything like that. You didn't break any clubs or anything.
Didn't break any clubs. Lost 7 or 8 golf balls, but we played 36 holes, so.
That's good for you.
That's pretty good. Then.
Over and under was a dozen. Over and under was a dozen. So that was good. That was good for you.
Gerber, we appreciate the time, brother. We'll talk again next week, man.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me on. Talk to you next week.
You bet. He's at Jay Gerber, PGA Pro on the X, writer for Golf Central Magazine, host of From the Rough podcast on FanStream Sports and DSP Media, and golf betting expert. So always like to talk to him each week. He comes on the air with us. We appreciate that. All right, coming up next. We are going to make sure I get the right thing on here. We'll hear more from Ryan Day, also from Chip Kelly and from Jim Knowles. Some of the stuff early in the week. We'll do that next. Fan Sports Sunday on the Fan.
The Fan is live and local with Morning Juice, Caffeinate, and Dominate.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 9.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Billiards Plus has everything for the master griller in your house. Come to their showroom, open the lid, and feel the difference in their grills. Professional top quality equipment at great prices with a huge selection ready to go home with you. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Common Man here for Universal Windows Direct. Football season is here, and you know what that means. Fall is just around the corner. Cooler temperatures on the way. If you've been dealing with drafty windows all summer, struggling on those crazy hot days, your AC just can't keep up, now is the perfect time to upgrade with Universal Windows Direct. Call them today, 614-502-5220. For every 2 windows you buy, you get 2 free. Plus 0% financing for 60 months. Restrictions apply because they always do. Go to UWD.com. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Life. It's full of strange twists and unexpected surprises. But at AAA, it's always been our policy to look on the plus side. And our AAA Plus members tend to take the same view. Take Martin, for example. Last Monday, his morning coffee surprised him with an extra 10 degrees of Fahrenheit. Ouch! It was just the jolt of energy he needed to start the day. Later, when his shirt was targeted by the mustard on his burger, he became a proud trendsetter.
Martin, looking good.
And when he walked face first into a sparkling glass door, he was happy to provide some much-needed entertainment for his coworkers.
I'm okay.
And of course, when his car battery took early retirement, Martin felt no resentment. He knew there was a plus side. AAA's expert roadside assistance was only a call away.
Hello, AAA. Are you in a safe location?
While we can't all be like Martin, we can become a AAA Plus member and experience the peace of mind that comes with living on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the White Castle Call of the Crave, and it's telling you to come in now for 10 cheese sliders for just $7.99. 10 cheese sliders for just $7.99. Boom! White Castle. Follow your crave. Limited time only, tax not included.
Remember the Cotton Bowl back in December and how you wanted to die? The Buckeyes are back, baby, and hopefully much better than the Cotton Bowl. The most anticipated season in history is here. We're your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
This season on Nada Yada Island.
You were charging your phone? I waited hours for you.
That's how long it takes.
Join Metro and get a free Motorola Edge that'll charge for the day in 15 minutes. At Metro, there's no activation fees. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
Bring your number ID and sign up for Metro Flex Plus plan. Offer not available if at T-Mobile or have been with Metro in the past 180 days. Requires 68-watt charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary.
Bobby Carpenter's dad and retired pro football player Rob Carpenter was tired of dealing with knee pain, but finally found relief without surgery at QC Kinetics.
Yeah, this was nothing really like a surgery. I mean, it was not painful, and the results were good. And, you know, I'm walking out the door and walking pain-free, so it was a good experience.
Dr. Tessner and the medical professionals at QC Kinetics treat patients like Rob using regenerative medicine that helps heal and restore damaged joints with no downtime.
I wasn't really exercising much, and I gained weight because of that. So the upside of it obviously is I'm able to exercise without any pain or stiffness in the knee, and it's got my cardiovascular system back into shape, and I feel a lot better. And again, lost the weight. So what more can you ask for?
Call QC Kinetics for your complimentary consultation in Dublin or Gahanna. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. Or go to qckinetics.com/Columbus.
A lot can happen between falling in love with a house online and owning it, between imagining living there and breathing in your new home for the first time. Having an advocate who can help you navigate the complex world of financing, inspections, negotiating, analyzing the market, and talking through any anxieties that may pop up, that can make all the difference. That's what the expertise of a Realtor can do for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors and bound by a code of ethics, because that's who we are.
Meet Cheryl.
Hey.
She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Coffee? These guys don't need coffee. They're jacked on life and Buckeye football. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
All right, Fan Sports Sunday. Tito Devier here with you. Lots going on, Devier, this past week with Ohio State football. And, we have so much sound in the system I want to play, and different things from Day and Kelly and also from Jim Knowles. Ryan Day, it's a bit of a longer clip, but he was talking about the depth at wide receiver. Here's what Coach Day had to say.
Brandon's done a nice job. So has Bryson Rogers. I've been very impressed with Coach Wantwe in special teams. He's run good routes. He's become very accountable. I just like his work ethic. He's really changed his body. He's changed his life. He's changed his habits. I'm proud of the preseason that Kojo's had, and you know, we really need him to be a guy that can help us this year. You know, I see some things in him that are pretty special, and I'm hoping that we can continue to build on that. You know, Jaden Ballard has flashed. He's done that in the past. We need him to be more consistent. Mylan Graham, for a young player, has really had a good 5 days. You know, he kind of got to the point where he had that, call it, you know, kind of the doldrums of camp, where he's right in that, you know, can't really get any momentum. And then the last 5 days, he's built his own momentum, made plays. I believe he graded out a champion in the game on Saturday. So that's been encouraging to see from him. You know, that those are the next guys, and that they've all flashed. You know, I think that we're building depth there. I feel better now than I did certainly, you know, 2 weeks ago.
Devier, the talent on this team is, you know, it obviously undeniable that the talent they've got. But because of the depth they have, not just at wide receiver, but everywhere else, it seems to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, that next to talent, the next most important thing might be veteran leadership. Because when you go to wide receivers, these were all the guys in high school. They were the guy in high school, right? They were the big man on campus in high school. And they're not all going to be the guy. And they might be disappointed in how much they play or how many passes get thrown their way. It's just going to depend on that. But that's why I think you need to have a guy like Abuka is a great guy to have there in that to try to be a leader for those guys.
Yeah, I think that what Coach Day is speaking about, the importance of depth in that position. You got JJ, you got Mech, you got Carnell Tate. But developing confidence in the talented room, yes, we appreciate the 247 stars. We appreciate the Rivals and the Scout.coms. Thank you, All-American game.
Yep.
But at the same time, those guys still have to come in and show that they can play at this level, Tito. They still have to come in and learn the system and prove that they can be relied upon. And just to hear the growth of Kojo. And
right.
I'm excited for Mylan Graham. Like, if it was just an average year,
right,
and there wasn't a guy here named Jeremiah Smith, like Mylan Graham would be the freshman we're talking about.
Sure.
That could potentially crack the rotation. But, like, that's how good JJ is, right?
Yeah.
Like this guy came into the number 2 team in the country and carved out a starting job for himself immediately.
Yeah, and that's the part that's interesting is that, you know, these first few games, like, I'll watch them all start to finish because I want to see these other guys get in the game and see what they can do also. You know, when you get the second stringers in, third stringers in, whatever, as we expect them to blow out Akron, Western Michigan, and Marshall. But I'm really excited to see who gets playing time and how they perform out there because this team, especially the wide receivers, they got it's just freaking loaded. Ryan Day also talked about the offensive tackle depth. Here's Day.
We're trying to keep Tegra at guard right now and let him master that. I think it is hard when you go, especially somebody who hasn't played a ton of football, you know, bouncing back and forth. I will say that, you know, Zen has shown some signs. He really has. And so, you know, we're hoping, you know, that we can find the third tackle from the tackles that we have. George has been out for a while, so it's been hard to get him going. One guy that has flashed that's kind of gone back and forth and has played some tackle is Austin Sareveld. He's really shown some good signs, and hopefully, you know, this moving from guard to tackle can pay off for him down the road. But yeah, I mean, if we're in the situation we have to move Tegra out, he's done it before, but we really want to keep him at guard if possible to make sure we solidify that, because sometimes you can get into the situation where you move a guy and now you have 2 positions where you don't feel great, as opposed to solidifying that guard and then let's try to figure out where that guy would be, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Got to keep Will Howard upright this year.
Yeah.
You can't have what happened in the Missouri game last year with Devin Brown and Lincoln Keenholz. But
let me ask you, we're better than Kansas State line, right?
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yes, we are. And you know, and Will Howard.
You better not be complaining about nothing.
Will Howard put it so eloquently. We talked about, like, you know, not to be disrespectful to you, but I don't have to carry this team. You know, I don't have to carry this team. All I can do is be okay, and it'll be good. Yeah, you're right.
Will's like, man, hey, listen, man, I'm not complaining about the food.
Right, nothing.
The gear.
No.
This NIL, man, you guys have been too kind here in Ohio.
Yes.
It's a lot better than what I'm used to.
Here is Chip Kelly talking about Devin Brown, Julian Sayin, and how they fall in the pecking order and why they're where they're at.
Both do a really good job. I think that's the one thing about it. This was not one guy's here and the rest of them just didn't show up. They all competed every day, and I think the room is really, it's a great room to be in. They all are really, truly care about each other. They enjoy each other's success. We talk about the word mudita, which means I vicariously derive joy from other people's success, and they're like that. When another quarterback makes a play, those guys are fired up. It's a really close-knit group. I know every one of them wants to be the starting quarterback, but I know they're not disappointed that it's Will because they really care about it. So all of those guys did a really, really nice job. They do a good job in decision-making. They do a good job in repetitive accuracy. Right now, Will's just above those guys.
Yeah, and so we expect to go along with that one, but it'll be interesting to see how many quarterbacks play in these first three games. How deep will they go? Will 4 quarterbacks play? Will 5 quarterbacks play at some point in these first 3 games?
Absolutely not.
You don't think so? It goes 3 or 4 deep?
It goes 3.
It goes 3.
It goes 3, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, injuries, those other guys got to be ready.
Sure.
Lincoln and Air. But I think we see Devin and Julian saying.
Yeah, I think so too.
We see Devin and Julian.
Here's Chip talking about, we mentioned the wide receiver room, and here's Chip Kelly talking about Mekka's role as the leader of that room.
It's great, and I think you can talk to the receivers, but I think the tone that he set with that group, and it really is a special group. That whole group of guys is a special group, and for him to be the leader from the front, because he leads by example, but he also is a really good vocal leader. Like he holds those guys accountable, holds the whole group accountable, and most importantly, holds himself accountable.
And that'll be key with this thing. Ibuka, and I hope he has a monster year after what he had to go through with the injuries last year. And everything's setting up for him to just have a fantastic year this year. And not a knock on Kyle McCord, but, Mekka's got a better quarterback throwing to him this year than he had last year. Now, Kyle McCord may do well in Syracuse. They've got a weak schedule. I think McCord's a talented guy, but it just seems like it's a big jump up in the type of player they have. Ohio State has a quarterback this year versus last year.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing with Mekka is he's such an excellent young man, and he's such a great leader. He's just one of those guys that you don't worry about. Mm-hmm. He's one of those guys that you would love to have in your locker room, love to have the young guys follow after. And I think a lot of this younger receivers' success, it's starting because they're getting to study under Hartline, but also they're getting to see it displayed under a Mekka. So JJ's, success, Brandon Ennis, Carnell Tate, it's going to happen because they got to play with, Double E, so
right.
It's just, and I just came up with that nickname for him. I think I'm going to roll with that this year. Double E.
Double E.
I like that.
I like that. That's a good one. Yes.
I like that, Mekka. You're Double E now.
Double E.
Yeah. So, my nickname for Marvin Harrison was MH2.
Right. That's a good one too, yeah.
So yeah, Double E is just going to, take off this year, and a lot of the younger guys' success is going to be because he's their leader for sure.
Coming up next, we'll wrap things up, get you caught up on what's going on in the world of sports right now, and talk a little more Buckeye football. We'll do that next. This is Fan Sports Sunday on The Fan.
Head to 971thefan.com to listen on demand and subscribe to all our podcasts. Wasting time has never been easier. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Columbus is my home. I was born and raised here. Went to high school here. Attended Ohio State University. Both my grandparents and my parents built their businesses here. At Rosati Windows, we're very passionate about giving back to this community. We support education, healthcare, the Columbus Fire Division, high school athletics, the Buckeye Ranch. A portion of every window we sell goes to support these programs and more. As a local company, we see the need in our community, and we lend a hand.
We're dealing at Reichert Nissan. Hundreds of Nissans in stock, on the ground, and priced to sell fast. Low lease payments on brand new Reichert Nissan Sentras, only $219 a month. Now we're really dealing. With our lowest prices and 72-hour exchange policy, you can't buy the wrong car. Visit the Reichert Mega Mall off 270 and 33, or shop thousands of new and certified used at ReichertNissan.com. Get the right car at Reichert. We're dealing.
With approved credit, 2024 Sentra SB FWD 36-month lease with $3,000 due at signing. Offer ends 9/3/24.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. As a business owner in today's economy, it's your job to anticipate constant market changes. But what do you do in the event of a divorce? Your assets and finances are scrutinized. Years of hard work building a business are on the line. This is not business as usual. You need an experienced partner you can count on for help. We're Cordell & Cordell.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career and they talked to me about it.
He was done in just months.
I did do it online.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at My Computer Career.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
That's the sound of sweat falling drip by miserable drip, because your AC has decided to call it quits in this heat. But the Waterworks Heating and Cooling team never quits, so no sweat. The Waterworks offers same-day AC service to help you keep your cool this summer, and that sounds amazing. Call the Waterworks Heating and Cooling team, 614-333-9720, or schedule service on our website. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better AC.
The Buckeye Show.
We finally found our CJ Stroud rookie card. The CJ rookie cards are going like crazy.
He's single-handedly saved Panini's football products for 2023.
The Buckeye Show.
Sponsored by CareSource.
Weeknights at 6 on The Fan.
Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. The people who refuse to make trade-offs in life. Like Kelly, when her old car insurance got so expensive that she couldn't afford to drive anymore, do you think she started carrying her groceries for miles? No. But she did find Direct Auto's savings that allowed her to drive instead of compromise. With savings of up to 25%, you too can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a quote today at directauto.com. Savings based on applied discounts and will vary. Terms apply. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
When an orthopedic injury or condition gets in the way of life, there is nothing more important than finding a physician you can trust. At Orthopedic One, you'll find Central Ohio's most trusted team of orthopedic experts, ready to listen to your concerns and work with you toward the best possible outcome. In fact, more people trust Orthopedic One than any other practice in Central Ohio. Start with the specialists. Start with orthopedic1.com.
Hey, welcome to IKEA's Complete Sleep event. Don't miss dreamy offers on sleep essentials.
I've tried counting sheep, but keep losing track.
We've got you. IKEA family members save 15% off your purchase of $300 or more on select sleep comfort /items. Plus, we're throwing a pajama party in-store on August 31st. Wear your favorite PJs for a free breakfast.
Ooh, we have matching PJs.
Don't wait. Go to IKEA-USA.com/bettersleep or visit your local store today. Offer valid August 7th through September 10th. U.S. only. See store and IKEA-USA.com for full details and eligible items. Restrictions apply.
At AAA, it's our policy to look on the plus side, and AAA Plus members tend to take the same view. Take Martin. Last Monday, his coffee surprised him with an extra 10 degrees of Fahrenheit. It was just the jolt of energy he needed. Later, when he walked into a door, he was happy to provide entertainment for his coworkers.
I'm okay.
And when his car battery took early retirement, he knew expert roadside assistance was only a call away.
Hello, AAA.
Become a AAA Plus member and experience peace of mind on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Right Way Heating and Cooling and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Take the Fan with you wherever you go with the Fan app. Download it now, or we'll find you. You bring your lunch money today? Good, give it to us. This is Fan Sports Sunday.
All right, Fan Sports Sunday, final segment of the program. Devier, I can't believe it. Next week when we do this, on Sunday, we will be talking about college football from the day before.
Absolutely. Getting ready for what? Are we going Monday night the next day?
What's that? For
NFL's in Monday night the next day?
No, it's after Labor Day.
Yeah.
College football. But by the way, the NFL should go ahead and start a week early. I don't know why they give Labor Day weekend to the college. I mean, just schedule your games. I mean, They don't have a problem going up against them head-to-head in the playoffs when NFL's going on and stuff, so I don't know why they don't. They've owned Christmas now, the NFL does. They've kicked the NBA Christmas off to the curb a little bit, but yeah, go for it. But is there anything do you have any rituals, anything you do that gets you ready for the college football season? Like, is there a show you watch, a video you watch, a certain playlist you have? Do you have anything like that to get you excited for college football?
No. When I was playing, I would watch the movie 300.
Okay.
Before, like during every training camp, I'm watching 300 or in Gladiator.
See,
those are my joints.
I've got to see The Gladiator because the new one's coming out later on this year. I've never seen the first one.
Wait, hold on.
I know. Devier, you have no idea, Devier. I know. I haven't seen a lot of the movies. People make fun of me for it all the time.
You've never seen Gladiator?
I'm going to watch it, though, because... No, but I'm going to watch it, though, because Gladiator 2's coming out.
It's like one of the greatest movies of all time.
I know. I got to watch it, so I'm going to do that one.
Just cinematically, just the story. I would love to watch it with you for the first time. I would be that guy. Like, Tito, look, stop. Get off your phone. Look at this part. Like, pay attention. Listen, hold on. Listen to what he says.
Right.
He's going to get his revenge in this life or the next.
Now, see, I'll watch some 30 for 30s this week. I'll replay some of those when I'm working, and I just kind of in the background. But, like, you know, I watch the one about the U, parts 1 and 2. Those are fun to watch.
Those are solid.
You know, it's just the characters in that are always pretty good to watch. I'll definitely watch those. And then, yeah, like I do, honestly, I listen to the Mekka Don song when I get up in the morning. I always do. I watch the video. And then, which I know it's insane because I'm 53 years old and I'm doing that. But, yeah, I'll do that kind of stuff. I will... I've got like a playlist in my phone with a bunch of different college fight songs.
Yeah.
And I'll play that in the morning when the kids get ready for school. I'll play it on the speakers and stuff because Artie gets really excited about it. But those kinds of things I'll do getting ready for college football. But obviously it'll be a different vibe the following week when Ohio State's got the game coming up. But I haven't looked. I don't know what the weather's like in Ireland this time of year. I hope it's kind of a...
Well, isn't it an indoor facility?
Maybe
it is. Is it a covered dome?
Oh, I don't know.
I remember Northwestern played Nebraska out there.
Right.
Last year.
In that case, the weather wouldn't matter, would it? Was Notre Dame Navy last year? Was that in...
Wait. Where did Northwestern play early?
It was Nebraska. I think you're right. Yeah.
Nebraska, right?
Yeah, it was Nebraska. Yeah. That was that game they played a couple years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it wasn't this year. It was...
I thought that was in a dome.
I'm trying to take a look here. No, this one looks like it's open. Looks like it's open here. I'm looking at it on the stage. Is that the right one? I don't know. Let me take a look here. Images. I want to take a look. So I want to see if maybe it is. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like it's open to me.
Maybe it's covered because a lot of
looks like the fans are covered.
Fans are covered.
It's kind of like the lower.com stadium, but it looks like that's where it is. That's where they're playing though. But yeah, I'm excited. I despise when the NFL goes over and does games overseas because it screws teams out of a home game sometimes. But I'm okay with something like this. What stadium
it's all about expanding.
I know.
What the flag football is in the Olympics.
I know.
And these pushes for these international games could have been a catalyst.
Yep. I'm sure it is.
Spreading the love of football around the world. And I'm all about football being around the world, Tito. I love it. I got a brother that's coaching in Japan right now.
Do you really?
Yeah, he's coaching DBs in Tokyo,
awesome.
Japan for the Fujitsu Warriors. They've won the Rice Bowl 2 years in a row.
I'm glad you said that city name because I would have botched it and gotten suspended. Do you think that it should just be when the Olympics in 2028?
Mm-hmm.
Would you prefer? Or do you think it's a good idea just to have NFL players that want to play in flag football and let them go out there and do it and just dominate?
Yeah, I think they should.
Just do that. Like, just say, you know what the hell? We got Mahomes is out there playing quarterback or whatever, or whoever it's going to be.
I think there should be some NFL players on a flag football team.
Would you go strictly NFL, or would you say we're going to do the Leighton rule and give a couple of spots to non-NFL players?
No, I would really consider like UFL guys have to play in this.
Yeah.
Like AJ McCarron, you should be the starter.
You know who's going to try to play, don't you?
Who?
Tito. Tito's going to try to get a spot.
Tito should.
And it's 50 years old, whatever he's going to be at that time. Be over 50 at that point.
You know what I'm doing next Olympics?
What's that?
I'm trying out for the handball team.
You'd be good at that.
I could play handball.
Yeah.
I know I can.
I'm surprised it's not bigger in this country than it is.
Man, I could play handball. I don't care what nobody says. Like, I would jump from Tito, because I can play basketball and I can play football. It's like a mix of it's football, rugby, basketball, soccer all in one, baby.
Right. It's all that. And it's so fast paced.
And I'm left-handed.
Oh, yeah.
Tito.
That's even a bigger deal. You're right.
Take off one leg. Right. I would. Man, I'm trying out for an Olympic handball team next year. Well, in the next Olympics.
Next Olympics, 2028. Yeah, I imagine they'll do that then. I want to play one more cut here from Ryan Day. And he was talking about how Will Howard earned that starting quarterback position.
I think Will's earned it. And we grade everything. Obviously he graded out the highest at the position. There's a lot of data-driven information with that. In terms of decisions that he makes on the field, running offense, and it's just as critical to be that guy in the run game as it is in the pass game in terms of what we ask the quarterback to do here. So I think he's really worked extremely hard in the offseason, from the end of spring ball on April 13th to now. He's made great strides, but, we gave him a plan over the summer to work on, and he took it and ran with it. So, where he is now is pretty impressive. And the one thing that he has is he has experience. He's been in a huddle. He's been in a huddle in a lot of games. He's been in a huddle in big games. So, this isn't new to him. Columbus is new to him, but playing college football isn't new to him. So I think that experience, really started to shine through here during camp, and, excited to see where he goes with us.
That was Chip Kelly on that one. Sorry, not Ryan Day, but Chip Kelly, offensive coordinator, talking about Will Howard and what he did. And, it's a pressure position being the starting quarterback for Ohio State. And I'm curious, a lot different than the starting quarterback for Kansas State. It's a lot different.
It's honestly one of the most pressured jobs in college football.
Yeah, no doubt.
America.
No doubt.
It's just a tough place to play. There in Alabama, it's tough.
All right. That'll put a wrap on the show for today. Thank you, Devier. Thank you, Cam. Thank you to all of our guests, John Gerber, Mekka Don, and also Jimmy Bell joined us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling System fan guest hotline. Gerber, again, at J Gerber PGA Pros, where you can find him. Mekka Don, go buy the Buckle Up song. Watch it often. The gear comes out later on this week in plenty of time for the game for Ohio State when they take on Akron on August 31st. That'll be a 3:30 kick. I think at the CBS game for that one. We'll get Jimmy Bell on again. He was good. I like talking to Jimmy.
Jimmy has some great energy. I like Jimmy Bell. And I also love just talking to the Buckeyes from the 90s, man. They're so underrated in what they contributed to the Ohio State lore.
All right, game day's next. Thanks for tuning in.
Bo Bishop is a media legend. We have no idea where the other guys came from. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
Boss on your back? Break away from the office and head on over to Delaware Golf Club. Grab a group, play 18, and afterwards unwind with a drink by the Fire Pit Bar and Patio. Online booking makes it easy to secure your tee time. So come check out Central Ohio's home for premier golf at Delaware Golf Club.
Hey, it's Bobby. When it comes to tackling a project as important as your roof, you want a company that cares about the product and experience they're going to deliver. At Newman Roofing, you're more than just a number. They believe in 100% customer satisfaction. And for your roofing needs, give them a call at 614-NEW-ROOF or newmanroofing.com.
As a dad, I've got to make ends meet for my family. Right now, that's tougher than ever. That's why I'm grateful we've got Mike Carey in Congress, a leader who cares about families like mine. Mike Carey introduced the Pay Less at the Pump Act, which will save American families billions at gas stations. Mike's work on passing affordable housing and pro-manufacturing legislation will create new jobs, raise wages for working families, and help build thousands of new affordable housing units throughout Central Ohio. Mike Carey was even instrumental in increasing the child tax credit, a measure to help even low-income families thrive. This family man is grateful that Mike Carey's fighting for pro-family policies. To learn how Congressman Mike Carey's helped your family fight inflation, visit carey.house.gov. Paid for with official funds from the Office of Representative Mike Carey.
Pain from arthritis is just awful. Constant pain. It robs you of so much of the stuff you love to do. But there are effective ways to deal with that pain. My dad and I can both tell you we were able to get relief without medication or surgery. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Listen, there are exciting new cellular therapies that can get you lasting relief. The place to go, QC Kinetics, right here in Columbus, Ohio. Dr. Ray Tesner and his team at QC Kinetics utilize cutting-edge treatments that accelerate your own body's healing properties, revitalizing your joints so you can move again. Learn how QC Kinetics can use advanced regenerative medicine to treat the pain, enhance your joints, and restore your mobility. Surgery and pain pills, they're not the only option. My dad and I went there. We feel so much better. He's able to move around and walk like he wants to. I'm able to go out and run and do the things that I enjoy. So here's the great thing. Give them a call at 380-208-4544. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus. They have 3 offices in Dublin, Gahanna, and Grove City.
A lot can happen between falling in love with a house online and owning it, between imagining living there and breathing in your new home for the first time. Having an advocate who can help you navigate the complex world of financing, inspections, negotiating, analyzing the market, and talking through any anxieties that may pop up, that can make all the difference. That's what the expertise of a Realtor can do for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors and bound by a code of ethics, because that's who we are.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices.